Hello everyone, my name's Caden, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, if I can speak. Last time, we finished the second case, dealt with, Roger Tens, and, saved Trucy and the office. This time, we are going to be doing the third episode, The Right of Turnabout. Shall we? Episode 3, The Right of Turnabout.
Wakey wakey, 201.
Ugh.
Got some more questions.
Oh, we're back in Kurine.
Sound the alarm! Prisoner 201's escaped!
Oh boy.
Well, you know, with Dad's back on the streets, things will be on the up and up for us.
Keep your voice down. You want that rebel hunter to find us or something?
Come on, we're small fries compared to... Huh?
Oh dear. Hi. Huh. They're dead, aren't they? Back in Kurine. May 9th, 3:30 p.m. Temple. Ah, another fine day in the Kingdom of Kurine. It's so peaceful here. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks already, but this place is really starting to grow on me. Still. Yeah, definitely quite the trial, huh? It sure was a rough start. Now, to do what I came here to do. To see Maya. The long aesthetic training is finally coming to an end. But before it does, she said something about one last rite she has to perform today. Is it Mr. Wright? It's Abby, and it's Doug!
Haparaki.
Hey, Abby. Haparaki.
Oh, you've mastered the traditional greeting of Kurine.
I don't know about that. But I guess all that practicing is paying off.
Have you gotten used to life at the temple?
I'm grateful they're letting me stay here, but the mornings start a little too early for me.
Yes, well, morning prayers do begin at dawn. After all, you can never pray too much. Daily devotion is very important here in Kurine.
That's up to you guys. I don't know how you do it.
And today's a special day, full of even more prayer than usual. There's nothing better in this world than being able to pray to your heart's content.
I can think of a few things I'd rather do. So, what makes today so special anyway?
You mean you don't know? Today's a purification rite. It's only performed once a year.
That's what Maya's been talking about on the phone yesterday. I wonder what her role in it is. So, what exactly is Maya going to be doing for this purification rite?
What? Didn't she tell you? She's playing the role of Lady Akira. It's only the most important part of the entire rite. It's unprecedented to have a foreigner play such a key role.
Oh, that's really something.
It really is. Helping out such an amazing person. It's been the greatest honor of this humble tour guide's life.
So, who is this Lady Kira you keep mentioning?
Allow me to explain. Once upon a time, hundreds upon hundreds of years ago, there lived a female warrior who fought violently.
Let me stop you right there.
Is something wrong?
No, it's just, I get the feeling I'm in for a really long story.
Yeah, I'd say it only takes around 2 hours to tell.
Whew, dodge a bullet.
Oh, right! You're supposed to finally see Miss Maya today.
Oop.
The story can wait then. In the meantime, you can read up on the rite with this.
English guidebook? Where'd you get to dig this from?
I found it just lying there in the temple library. I figured no one's using it, so I borrowed it.
Huh? Hey, this book belongs to Maya. See? There's her name on the back. Guess there's no harm in keeping this for a while then. The Rights Guide, a guide to Kurinese rights written for tourists.
Miss Maya should already be at the site where the rite is take place.
Let's take a look at this. Okay, hold on. So, full moon, curtain, priestess, high priest, staging area. As Lady Kira and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. Next to the rite of water. Something, the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the rite of fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flame to purify her soul. Okay. And it's facing north. Okay. Wright's Guide. The Purification Rite is a 3-part ceremony held when the moon is directly over the summit of Mount Pony Pony. It begins with the Transformation Rite. The high priest reads scripture, while a priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira, which have been purified with incense. Next is the Rite of Water, in which the priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. The ceremony ends with the Rite of Fire, in which the priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul. The two then devote themselves to prayer until the rite comes to a close 2 days later at noontime. So basically, the whole thing's a fancy way for Lady Kira to take a bath once a year. Must be nice to be her, huh? Alright, if you say so.
Let's go! To the Path of Devotion!
I wonder if Maya's matured any since I last saw her.
It's on mountaintop, it might get a little cold though.
I think I can handle it. Let's examine the area first. I should offer a prayer now and then, since they're letting me stay here. Let's see. May there be a slightly softer futon tonight. And may tomorrow's breakfast be a little bigger.
Wow, I'm impressed by your prayerful heart. Here's that at the heart of Koreanism, after all. May the Holy Mother's blessings be upon you.
Oh, thanks. I feel kind of bad. Thanks, Phoenix. What's back here? What are those buildings over there?
Those are training halls. Monks continuously undergo rigorous training there, day in and day out. You could try it for a day if you like. They do really interesting stuff, like meditating will stand on their heads.
That's really okay, thanks. Walter. This is a really gorgeous spring.
You have an excellent eye for beauty, sir. This is the Guiding Waters, the centerpiece of our temple tour. It's a secret pathway for people's mitama, so don't ever wade into it.
Why? What would happen if I did?
I don't think we should even be talking about this. Just don't go in it, okay?
What's the worst that could happen? But we're okay for now, right? As long as we stay out of the water? I'm not cursed just by thinking about the water, right? I'll be. Let's present to you your thing you gave me.
Is this some sort of new tourist souvenir?
Sorry, it's the book you gave me, but no.
Oh.
Sorry to be such a disappointment. Thanks, Phoenix.
Wow, what a beautiful badge!
That's the attorney's badge we use in my country.
It kind of looks like a sunflower to me.
Yep, and I'm pretty sure there's even a reason for it.
Please do explain, Mr. Wright.
Maybe next time. I should have known you'd ask me to explain. Any ideas?
There have been a lot more tourists this year than last.
Then your tour guide business must be booming.
It is. But I have more important things to do right now. Namely, helping you, Mr. Wright.
I think I'll tip him a little extra for his help later.
Let's over to where the purification rite will be held.
What sort of rite is it?
We'd wind up missing a whole day of the rite if I were to explain it.
In that case, I think I'll just go see it for myself. I love how the dog looks like it's thinking too. Puppy. Alright, Plaza of Devotion. May 9th, Plaza of Devotion. What is going on here? Ugh. It's so cold. It's like the air itself is made of ice. Look at all these people.
Well, this is the day we come to offer prayers to Lady Kira, the protector of our land. It's amazing to see how devoted everyone is.
Devoted, right. Couldn't they just as easily do all this prayer somewhere place warmer?
This, too, is a part of our religious training. It helps us build strength of spirit and willpower. Further up, at the end of those stairs, is the inner sanctum.
Quite the trek, gotta say. I see. Everyone I've met so far seems deeply religious.
Of course we are. After all, Khura'in is also known as the land of prayer. It's said that we Khura'inese spend an average of 15 hours a day in prayer.
What? 15?
From the moment we wake to the moment we fall asleep, our hearts are always in prayer. You see all the square flags around here? They're known as prayer flags. They contain the prayers of our people.
Oh, he's talking about these colorful strips of cloth. There's something written on each one.
Such piety is the glory of our people, and
I'm afraid that story's gonna have to wait for another time, Albie. Maya should be here any minute now.
oh yeah, you're right. I can't wait to see Miss Maya again.
Is this her?
Pardon me, oh noble traveler.
It's Maya!
How do you fare, Mr. Wright? It's been many a day.
And, who might you be?
Oh, Phoenix.
Hey!
Maya?
Miss Maya! Haparaki, Albie. And you, Mr. Wright. May the Holy Mother guide you on your journey.
Well, you're quite different. Oh, thanks.
Long time no see, Nick. Well, did I surprise you with my act?
Yeah, you can say that again. This is Maya Fey. She's a spirit medium from Khura'in Village back home. She was also my assistant for quite some time. But that was many years ago. Her ability to channel spirits saved me more times than I can count.
I sure miss those days. It was a ton of fun being the real boss of Wright & Co. law offices.
Now she's here, trying to be the leader of Khura'in Village and the master of her craft. Apparently, to become the master of the Khura'in channeling technique, you have to train here in Khura'in, since this is where the technique originated.
Didn't I sound just like a pious nun and when you saw me just now? Too bad that's about all I learned from all the training I did.
You haven't changed a bit, Maya.
Huh? And what's that supposed to mean?
You may look a little more mature on the outside, but inside, she's still the same old Maya. I'm actually kind of glad for that. Maya, look at my badge I still got.
Oh, hey! Congrats on getting your badge back, Nick.
Thanks, Maya.
Now I can go back to a life of bold-facedly bluffing the day away. Every day.
That's not exactly why I returned to the courtroom, you know? Look at this book, it's yours.
Hey, that's mine!
Well, it was just sitting there in the temple's library, so Albie sort of checked it out for me.
I hope it comes in handy then. Oh, and by the way, the Maya Library of Guidebook has a $2 a day donation policy.
I guess Albie's entrepreneurial spirit is contagious. Let's take a look around before we start talking to you, Maya. Wow, no one's moved a muscle.
Those people will stay in that position and pray for 2 days straight, Mr. Wright.
2 days straight?
I'm glad I'm not them, and I get it to be Lady Kira.
Maya, don't be rude.
Just hang in there, Nick. It's only 2 days after all.
I don't recall signing up for this part of the tour.
You know what they say, when in Rome, when in Rome.
Now I understand the saying, there's no place like home. When in Rome, there's no place like home. Albie said these are called prayer flags, and the prayers written on them are carried throughout the kingdom by the wind. Now, if I were to pray for something, it would be for me to not get dragged into any more trouble than I already have been. As if that's ever gonna happen. Gate. What a magnificent gate. You can tell it leads to someplace sacred like the inner sanctum.
Sadly, only holy people are allowed to get there. And here I am, hoping to show you just how amazing I've become during the Wright today. All that spiritual power I've built up during my training is gonna rush out like a raging river.
Yeah, just try not to overdo it, okay? How much you want to bet it's... I can't... Now, as I've mentioned before, I played through this game, but of the trials that in this game, Trial 3 is the one for some reason that I have the least memories of. I can barely remember this trial. The only thing I'm going to assume is that Maya's probably going to be the person we have to defend, considering it's always Maya whenever she's involved, it feels like. But, yeah, I'm trying to... For some reason, Trial 3 is the one that I have the least memories of. The other one, like all the other trials in the game, I have some recollection of, but 3 is not one of them, for some reason. Well, hopefully I'll find out why. Maya!
I heard what happened, Nick. You ended up in court almost as soon as you got off the plane, huh?
Yeah, well, it's kind of a long story.
I was the accused. I was the accused, but you should have seen Mr. Wright in action. He was amazing. I bet it was another one of your famous see-your-pants come from behind wins, huh? Well, I was almost found guilty any number of times.
Okay, so it wasn't my finest hour. Sue me. I'd like to see you try. I'm a lawyer.
You haven't changed a bit either, Nick.
Ouch. Definitely stings more when it's coming from her. So, I guess you finished the bulk of the training needed to become the master, right?
Oh, you mean the special meditation course for increasing spiritual power? Yep, I've completed the full 2 years. I can finally go home once I perform the purification rite today.
Actually, I was wondering why they're having a foreigner conduct one of their sacred rites.
Well, the High Priest's wife usually conducts it each year. But with her baby on the way, it's just more than she could handle. So the High Priest practically begged me to stand in for her this year.
Well, you may not know all their customs, but with your training I'm sure you'll do great.
You bet. Just you watch, Nick. I'm gonna be the best Lady Kira, guardian deity ever.
I'd better throw in a few prayers for things to not end up in a flaming disaster then. So about that guardian deity you'll be portraying today, what exactly are we talking about here?
Well, first of all, Lady Kira isn't really a deity in the way we think of them back home.
Really?
She's a real person who fought to establish the Kingdom of Khura'in a long, long time ago.
Wow, so she actually existed. Yeah, that's definitely a change from most deities that people pray for.
And now the Kingdom's people worship her as a guardian deity. They believe she appears to protect the kingdom whenever it's in danger. Cloaked in a sacred robe, she's a champion of justice who defeats the kingdom's enemies.
Sounds like something you'd be into.
I know, right? Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger?
Right. Whatever floats your boat. Still, Lady Kira must be a really popular deity if all these people are here for her.
Yep. But there's more to it than just her popularity this year.
There's more? May I ask why? So why is this Wright attracting such a large crowd this year?
Because there's been actual sightings, you know, of the real deal. Allow me to explain. A mysterious figure clad in Lady Kira's robes appeared just like in the late legends, and she began capturing members of the Defiant Dragons right and left.
You're kidding, right?
They say it's only a matter of time till she gets their leader, the revolutionary Dirk, too.
So Lady Kira's a rebel hunter now, huh? It's a bit hard to swallow, though. I mean, even if they are trying to disrupt the peace. I doubt that actions of a band of rebels can bring a legendary figure back to life.
I didn't believe it at first either.
Oh.
But there's a real picture of her on the front page of today's newspaper.
Oh, that's actually what we saw in the beginning. Those are the two guys that were talking, it looks like. At the very least, this guy, the guy on the left who's tied up, looks like, had the hat that the guy in the cutscene was wearing. Is there anything of note here that seems out of place that right out the gate? I mean, she got the dagger. I mean, everything here looks fair.
Signs of her go back about 2 years. This is the first actual picture of her to ever be taken.
Can't believe someone was able to actually capture on film. But couldn't this just be some Lady Kira fan? You know, like you, Maya.
You mean like a cosplayer? Those rebels are... No joke, Nick. They are trained in hand-to-hand combat and stuff. You think some regular cosplayer can take on people like that dressed in a costume alone? That's why she has to be the real deal. She gives me chills just thinking about it. I bet Lady Kira's spirit possessed a sacred robe or something.
A spirit possessing a piece of cloth. Maybe you should cut back on all those action superhero shows, Maya.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? You're just jealous that I'm still young at heart.
She still has the puffy cheeks.
I got real ops to run now, so I gotta keep it real, right?
I don't know who you're talking about, but that's definitely not me.
You've really lost your edge since I last saw you. Those spice ears have grown really dull. And there's even one that's drooping.
Can we leave my hair out of this?
Anyway, I swear that the Lady Kira people have been spotting is the real deal. Besides, it's just so much more fun to believe it's true, you know?
I can't believe you really buy all that. Although, I wonder who's under that robe. A newspaper from the morning of the purification rite. It reports on Lady Kira's activities, among other things. Is there more of this that I can read?
But Miss Wright, she's the talk of the town. She even gave me this great new food idea.
Hang on, Albie. Lady Kira returns to battle rebels. The Lady Kira-alike figure that appeared 2 years ago remains a mystery. Some town elders see her as Lady Kira in the flesh. Some rumors are fueling the enthusiasm for today's purification rite. The thick white ice that froze the ground from the inner sanctum to the Plaza Devotion until yesterday has melted. The rite can now go on as planned. We give thanks to the blessings of the Holy Mother and Lady Kira. Hapiraki. A thick white ice. Okay, so ice seems involved somehow. Police are asking the kingdom's subjects to be on the lookout for a male insurgent who escaped from Royal Penitentiary number 4 yesterday. Oh, that's the cutscene that we saw at the beginning, isn't it? The prisoner 201 or something like that. Alright, Albie, continue your food idea.
It's gonna be like a soul bun, but based on Lady Kira. I'm calling it the Kira bun.
Let's talk about a Kira business strategy. Come on, Maya. Just admit it's you running around dressed as Lady Kira already.
I guess jig is up. What? Is it really true, Miss Maya? Indeed, it is I, Lady Kira. After hundreds of years, I have returned in this lovely young lady's body. What? What? Ah! Only a minion of the Defiant Dragons could see through my disguise. Now feel my wrath, foul lawyer. Yeah! Ow! Miss Wright! Just kidding.
Damn you.
I mean, come on. I may be dressing up as Lady Kira for the rite today, but there's no way I could ever beat up one of those rebel types.
You're right, you would get kidnapped by them first. Or accused of murder by them first. I don't know. That was a pretty solid left hook she just threw.
Oh, you were just trying to be funny. You really had me going there for a second.
Even my dog is scared. No one can be that naive, right? Well, I hope you enjoyed playing superhero at the rite today.
Oh, when you put it that way. I'm even more hyped about it now than I already was.
What the? What's that?
Oh, I hear the sound of the High Priest's footsteps. I better get going.
His footsteps?
During the rite, he wears these really big bells on his ankles. That way I know he's coming. Pretty handy, right? Well, see you later.
I doubt they're actually meant to be a stop slacking warning system for you, Maya.
Miss Maya's always so bright and cheerful.
Yeah, I'm glad she hasn't changed. As in, at all. I wonder if this means her training's been all for naught. I hope not.
Ah, it's Acolyte Zella.
Acolyte Zealot? Like, zealot? That man right there?
Look, he's the one praying in the red and saffron robe. He's a disciple of the High Priest, Abbot Enemy. and lives and trains at his house. Abbott in me? 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 I'm trying to think what... That's gotta be a... obvious... I mean, it's pretty obvious that there's some... I mean, we literally just had a character that's called Acolyte Zealot. I don't know how... I don't know about you, but that's quite telling. Acolyte Zealot. But... Abbott in me? A bot in me? Do you have a robot inside you, sir? Are you a robot? No. Is he like praising the coal without moving a muscle?
Yeah, I could never do that.
Ah, it's Abbott in me. The purification rite is about to begin.
Oh. So that's the sacred robe Maya will be wearing during the rite. Now, unfortunately, this doesn't give me... Okay, I was hoping that maybe I could actually, like, compare the magazine, the newspaper image with the actual thing right here, but it doesn't look like I'm allowed to look... Wait, hang on, maybe I'm wrong. Wait, am I? Hang on. No. We used to take on all sorts of cases together. She is 28 at this point in this series. How old what? She was like... trying to think about... Trying to think... How old was she when... And we saw her in the very first Phoenix Wright game? Was she like 16? Wait, does that make sense? Wait, 14... I don't know. This series takes place over a long period of time, like 14 years or something, it feels like. So that's the sacred robe Maya will wear during the rite. It looks almost exactly like what that figure in the newspaper photo was wearing. Whoever it is must have worked really hard to copy it.
Please, sir, it's not a good idea to stare like that. You could be struck blind.
Just give me a few more seconds. I mean, this isn't something you see every day. Oh, the spell on the High Priest's ankle. Oh, yeah. They're a lot bigger than I thought they'd be. Yeah, they're big old bells.
Mr. Wright, it's time to enter the prayer pose like everyone else. Those who don't will suffer the wrath of the Holy Mother.
Okay, let's see. First, I kneel down and cross my ankles, and then I bow forward.
Great. All I can see is the ground. My back is killing me. You really should have trained for this, sir. Wait a sec. How long are we supposed to do it? Stay like this? The rite requires that we stay like this until the day after tomorrow. It's 2 whole days. I don't feel so... Mr. Wright! Are you okay, sir? Somebody help!
Phoenix dies by snapping his back.
Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! Please, you have to get up.
Where am I? Oh, my aching. Albie? Where are we?
The High Priest's house at the foot of the Plaza Devotion.
I guess I passed out from that back pain. He must have carried me all the way here.
Something terrible's happened. It's Miss Maya. She's... Oh, just follow me to the Plaza Devotion.
Something must have happened while I was passed out.
Besides, she's been arrested.
I knew it! It's always Maya! I can't even feel bad about it anymore because it's always Maya. I feel bad most of the time because it's a surprise, but it's not a surprise. What? Maya, what number, or what number is this of you getting into danger? Like, genuinely, what number is it that you've gone into danger or been accused or... Because I know you've gotten kidnapped by Shelly, you've been... I'm pretty sure you've been accused of murder like 5 different times now. Ow. You almost had, like, the ghost of a girl kill you, I'm pretty sure, in the third game. How many times? When will you learn? Where's Maya? Just take it easy, alright?
But I'm telling you, I haven't done anything wrong.
You can talk all you want back at the station.
Let me go.
Maya!
Nick, I didn't kill him. I swear I didn't.
Go on, you. Come on peacefully or suffer the consequences. Wait a second. What on earth is going on? I don't know who you are, but if you don't get out of my way... Back off, officer. Who? Oh, wait, what are you doing here? Emma! Emma Sky, what are you doing in Karine?
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright, but we're placing Maya under arrest. Alright, take her down to the station, but with respect, got it?
Yes, ma'am! If you're here, then that means... Nayuda is also here, isn't he? So, what are you doing in Karine, Emma?
It's a long story. Anyway, what are you doing in Karine, Mr. Wright?
Same here. It's a long story, but we can get caught up later. Right now, I need to know what happened.
Maya's, well, under arrest for the murder of the High Priest.
Oh. Wait, the High Priest was murdered? Any new, Wait, there is actually new examines. Acolyte Zilla is really in the zone.
Oh, you mean that monk who's been living at the victim's home? Yeah, he hasn't moved a muscle, even though his teacher's been murdered.
I guess he's so deep in prayer he's not aware of what's going on around him. Can I go up? That's a befitting gate for the path to the inner sanctum.
It's apparently considered a sacred object to the people of Karine. I wasn't even allowed to dust it for prints.
So even applying a little fingerprint dust to it would be sacrilegious, huh?
I guess so. But I applied some luminol on it instead when no one was looking.
Sounds like an invitation for the Holy Mother to strike you down later, Emma. But that's a you problem. Have fun! Wow, even with the murder, all these people are still here praying.
They're so into it, they wouldn't notice anything you did to them.
You mean like taking their fingerprints?
Huh? Oh, who would ever do something like that?
Emma? You didn't... Emma! Emma, show me your data. What have you taken from people?
Congrats on your return to the legal world. I wanted to congratulate you sooner, but I never had the chance.
Thanks, Emma. And congratulations to you too on becoming a forensic investigator.
Thanks. Oh, I know. Let's celebrate by dusting your attorney's badge for prints. Or how about we do a luminal test on it?
I think I'll pass on both, but thanks. Look at this.
It's been ages since you presented evidence to me.
Remember when we worked on that one case together? I seem to recall a thin layer of fingerprint powder on every piece of evidence then.
Well, I guess they get that way from time to time now, too.
As enthusiastic as ever, huh, Emma? Silly Emma. Making everything look like a block of chalk at this rate. So what happened? What happened, Emma? Please, tell me everything you can.
Well, basically, there was a murder during the rite as it was being performed last night.
How long was I out for? Jeez.
The victim is Tarustin me. The high priest who was presiding over the rite.
Wait, hold on. Last night? You mean to tell me an entire day's passed since the purification rite?
That's right, sir. You passed out for a whole day from your back pain.
I never knew my back's like a ticking time bomb. Better take better care of it. Wait! Wait! It just now occurs to me! On the back of your phone is the... I'm pretty sure that's like the same, like, it's a sticker form of it, but it's the badge that Phoenix had on his beanie hat, I'm pretty sure.
The murder took place at the inner sanctum where the rite was being held.
The inner sanctum?
It's the place where the spirit of Lady Kira is enshrined. It's through that gate over there and up up at the top of the mountain stairs just beyond.
Oh, so that's why everyone is offering their prayers in that direction.
How about Inmi and Miss Maya went up to the inner sanctum to begin the rite? Just after they finished the prayer you fainted in the middle of.
So, who do you think killed the High Priest?
Unfortunately, Maya is our sole suspect right now. During the rite, the inner sanctum was off limits to the general public.
So then, only the High Priest and Maya could have been there when the murder occurred?
Right. Plus, the inner sanctum is on the side of a very steep mountain. The only way up there is the stairway that starts here at the Plaza of Devotion.
So that's why she's been arrested. Well, this is already a painful situation, and it's going to get even worse when we have to deal with A, the prejudice that lawyers have in this freaking area, and B, the whole, like, senses of the victim.
Also, the crime scene was only discovered after Maya came down alone. She's the one who told the worshippers in the plaza that the High Priest was dead. And she made a police statement to that effect.
So she was the first one to discover the body. Well, that definitely doesn't help. It makes it even less likely that someone else was there at the crime scene.
Mr. Wright, sir, are you going to defend Miss Maya?
Yes, of course. There's no way she killed anyone.
Yeah, I don't believe it either. She's been framed. But this is really something else, huh, Mr. Wright? I mean, who'd have thought you'd have to take on that horrible court again?
Yeah. Not exactly looking forward to that, to be honest with you. But tell me about it. I never thought I'd have to go through another trial. Where the divination seance determines all, defense lawyers are unwelcome. So be it. Emma. So, what brings you here, Emma?
Back in the US, I was working a case with an international prosecutor from Wright. He told me this is where I could see the latest techniques in international forensic science. I can't believe I fell for it. I mean, just look at this place. It's like we've gone back in time.
Yeah, I can't say I've been impressed with the police work I've seen so far.
Still, he said he takes on cases from around the world. So maybe next time you'll have one in a major city somewhere.
Sounds like this prosecutor is taking a liking to you, Emma. After all, it's not every day a prosecutor takes a detective with them overseas.
I wonder. He's calm and kind, and almost always has a smile on his face. But it's hard to tell what he's really thinking.
This international prosecutor, is he the one who handled Trucy's case?
Yes, he is.
I take it he'll be the prosecutor on this one too?
Yes, Prosecutor Sanmari's already been assigned. Prosecutor Sanmari? Kunka!
You know him, Albie?
Of course. Everyone in Wright does. He's a highly revered individual, both as a prosecutor and a monk. If you go up against Prosecutor Sanmari, you'll incur the Holy Mother's wrath.
It's my job to, as a lawyer.
Oh, right. Sorry.
That's great. Prosecutor is also a revered monk in a deeply religious country. This trial's shaping up to be even more uniquely Kuranese than the last one.
I'm not sure I should be saying this, but he's a formidable opponent.
Yeah, I heard Apollo had a really tough time, so I'd better give it everything I've got. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, Emma. They treat lawyers like criminals here.
Come to think of it, Prosecutor Salmani mentioned something to that effect. I'm not sure how much I can help, but I'll do what I can.
Really? Are you sure you aren't going to get in trouble for helping the enemy?
He did come down on me pretty hard when I tried to help Trucy in that last trial. Let's say I'll help where I can.
Thanks, but don't go getting yourself in trouble on my account, okay? Prosecutor Satomati sounds pretty strict.
So, first things first, let's start with this. Off the press, it's the High Priest's autopsy report.
Very nice. Cause of death was blood loss from an abdominal wound delivered by a bladed weapon. There can only be one kind of bladed weapon, can it?
The victim bled to death from a deep stab wound to the abdomen. The murder weapon is believed to be Lady Kira's warbot, a dagger. It's used during the rite, however the dagger is yet to be found.
Time of death is May 10th, 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. Cause of death, blood loss from a deep abdominal wound caused by a bladed weapon. The wound appears to have been inflicted by the Warbot a dagger used in the Wright. Lady Kira's dagger, huh? I think I mentioned something about a dagger.
Who wouldn't want to be a kick-butt warrior who takes on evil with a wicked dagger?
Right. Whatever floats your boat. Well... And isn't that rebel hunter posing as Lady Kira also armed with a dagger? It seems likely that the one who's actually the killer is whoever this mysterious Lady Kira is. Of course, hers must be a replica, right? Would it be okay for me to go take a look at the crime scene, Emma?
The police have already wrapped up their investigation. But the location itself is off limits to the general public, so I'm not sure.
Emma, please, I'm begging you.
Just like the police, I need access if I'm to mount a viable defense. Alright, then. Leave it to me. I'll explain the situation to Prosecutor Sadmati and the police later.
Thanks, Emma.
You have quite a climb ahead of you, so be sure to watch your step.
Wait, you're not coming with me?
Oh, no, I'm not climbing up there again. No way.
Is it really that bad? I wonder if my back can handle it.
You get to go to the inner sanctum? Oh, you're so lucky, Mr. Wright!
Why don't you join me, Albie?
It's crazy talk, sir. If a commoner like myself were to set foot there, I'd surely be cursed for all eternity.
Guess the inner sanctum is off limits for you, huh? Oh well, guess I'll just have to face this all by my lonesome. By the way, what about all the people still praying here? Aren't they going to go home?
The customs of this rite require that they not move from the spot until tomorrow afternoon. It doesn't faze them to have police milling about. Some of them are even off-duty cops.
Wow. I guess this is what it's like to live in a deeply religious society, huh? Definitely not much elf or this deep, but... May I ask where this guy's eyes are? This man doesn't have eyes. He just has... voids.
The victim's name was Tarastami. He bled to death from a stab wound in the abdomen. And the killer?
And the killer?
At the moment, our only suspect is the person who was with the victim at the time.
In our words, Maya. I need water. Better. Well, I can already go to the inner sanctum. Let's go to the detention center, though. May 10th. Detention center. Looks like Maya's still being questioned. I'll just have to come back again later. Or I could examine what's happening. There's a bell here. I wonder if it's for calling the guard.
Jingle dangle.
Don't do that unless you need something, you lawyer. Sorry, I didn't even get to say anything. Hi there, sir. Why does that guard keep eyeballing me? Can't let him get to me. Can't let him get to me.
Ah, he's doing it again.
No security camera in this one. Oh well. May 10th, Inner Sanctum. Ooh. What in the world is going on here? Oh, hey, it's you. What are you doing here? It's really high up. I'm really cold. What do I do to surf this? At least I made it. I better get started while I can still feel my fingers. Who's that? Kinda looks like... Can't actually examine anything yet. Excuse me. Hi.
It's you. Do you even know where you are? Barbed head?
Of course I do. May I ask why you're here, your benevolence?
I came to pray for the High Priest's soul. What are you doing here? This is one of the most secret spots in Koreanism. Unscrupulous lawyers such as you have no business being here.
But I'm not unscrupulous.
quiet. You dared to find fault with my insides at every turn the other day.
She's still sore about that trial?
Why do you keep looking away?
I was saying about investigating the crime scene.
Well, you can do so later. You're speaking with me right now.
As you wish, princess. I guess the investigation will have to wait until she's done talking to me. Look at this badge!
What is that badge you bear?
It's a sunflower pin. They're quite popular in my country.
It is rather cute, I may say.
Actually, it's just my attorney's badge.
Oh? So you mean it would have actually been worth more as a cheap accessory?
My profession is worth more than $1.20, you know.
That's a book from your land, is it not?
Yes, it's a guidebook about crime that was written by people back home.
Oh, so there are people in your land who know of our fair kingdom. Then I imagine it must say something about me in there, correct?
Actually, yes. It says the dance of devotion is performed by an adorable little princess.
How dare they write of me as though I were a child?
Hey, I'm just reading what it says. Though she does seem secretly pleased. Don't shoot the messenger. Adama, for your thoughts?
Yeah, get that thing away from me.
Alright, I'll just put it away then.
Who told you to put it away? How am I to inspect it if you do that?
Keep it out, put it away. I wish she'd make up her mind.
What a dreadful way to die.
Did you know the High Priest, your benevolence?
Yes, he was a pious priest of Koreanism. As such, he had the trust of the entire kingdom.
Entire kingdom? Really?
Yes, but what do you know of faith and trust? You who can never hope to match his virtue. It is like comparing the moon to a pebble, or the sea to a puddle.
How does suddenly become a game of pin the diss on the lawyer? You just hate her. Anyways, let me investigate. As you know, your benevolence, a murder has occurred, and I need to investigate.
But we know the killer is one of our own.
In my country, suspects are innocent until proven guilty. Plus, she is a serious student of spirit channeling who came here to study. So can't you at the very least give her a chance to explain what happened?
All practitioners from overseas are big phony balonies. And her wish to train in the homeland of her spirit channeling is but a bid for prestige.
Ah, seems like nothing I said will convince her otherwise, thanks to that last trial. Tweedledum and Tweedledee really did a number on her impression of foreigners. As a defense attorney on this case, I really need to investigate this crime scene, and I need to do it now. I've even been authorized by the police, so...
What's this? You intend to make a mockery of our Sacred Hall of Justice once more.
No, I simply want to defend my client.
Which means you have come to forge evidence, then. I knew all lawyers were criminals. I must now redouble my vigilance.
Ouch, that's unfair. Who told you to demonize a whole group of people anyways?
My mother and father. Do you have an issue with their parental guidance?
Yes. No, yes. No, I would never dare criticize the royal couple. Still can't imagine what the lawyers here must have done to garner such hatred.
I just had the most wonderful idea, Barbed Head.
Why do I have a bad feeling about that glint in her eye? Let me hear it. So, what's this most wonderful idea of yours?
If you are to investigate this murder, then I shall oversee your every move so as to prevent any misdeeds, naturally.
What? You want to follow me around the entire time?
Of course, not that I want to, mind you. And I will not tolerate any objections, understood?
You can't do this to me.
Was that Barbed Head?
Oh, no, it's nothing.
Very well then. Let us get this investigation over with. We mustn't stay here in the inner sanctum a moment longer than necessary.
Please don't rush me.
It is not without reason that I insist on a speedy investigation, Barbed Head. I am a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, you see, who guides the people of Kurain. As such, I must not sully myself with the blood of battle that Lady Kira bears.
Blood of battle? If that's that big a problem, why don't you head on down now? I won't do anything, I promise.
No, lawyers are never to be trusted. Now, make haste, so that we may leave here soon. Oh, and one more thing.
What now?
Your victory the other day was but a stroke of fortune. But this time, my insight shall reveal the absolute truth. So brace yourself for a defeat most bitter, lawyer.
I will, yeah. Now can I get on with my investigation?
As long as you know where we stand.
I better hurry up and poke around for clues before she changes her mind. I gotta get out of here. The Inner Sanctum. Could you tell me about this place, Your Benevolence?
I have nothing to say to you, lawyer.
Is that because you don't actually know much about it?
You ill-mannered... I'm the Crown Prince Kurine. There's nothing I do not know. Nana?
What? Who are you? Where'd she come from? Hey, no cheating!
Silence, barbed head. Nana's knowledge is my knowledge. End of discussion.
What is she, your pocket internet?
This spring is where Lady Kira came to cleanse her body of the blood after of battle. And today's purification rite is a ceremony that traces its origins back to those days. Cleansing Lady Kira's robe in the sacred water lends one courage for the next battle.
I see. Thank you for that excellent explanation.
Commoners are normally barred from here, except for the day of the rite.
Who normally controls the access to this place?
The High Priest and his family are responsible for that.
High Priest and his family, huh? We'll wait to ask about the other stuff. For now, there's something that immediately caught my eye that I don't know if I'm allowed to look at yet. Doesn't... wait. Actually, save that for later, considering it might force things to move ahead in the story. What an amazing wall painting. So this is Lady Kira. Quite nice. Pretty.
Do you see that red mark upon her brow? That is the character for death in Chinese. It is a mark of resolve to fight to the end. There are many different marks we make on our bodies, each with a different meaning.
Interesting. Come to think of it, you have marks on your face, Your Benevolence. So did the High Priest.
High Priest marks are those of a monk, while mine are of a royal priestess. All members of the clergy have such marks upon them. The shape and location of the marks vary in accordance to the conditions like status and age. And all records about them are kept at Temple.
So it's kind of like a national ID registry, huh? Okay. Something got updated about his, autopsy, it looks like. Is that a weapon in her hand? The mark on his face is one born by all members of the Crinus clergy somewhere on their bodies. Records of who has what mark and where are kept at Temple. Is that a weapon in her hand?
Yes, it is Lady Kira's dagger, the very same one used in the rite. It is made to resemble a warbod, the bird Lady Kira fashioned herself after.
So that dagger is the weapon that took the High Priest's life.
If you wish to know more about Lady Kira, you need but ask.
I get the feeling she's going to be super relevant in this case. I should definitely ask the princess for more details later. Rock. This mountain faces like a towering wall. There are characters carved into it, but I have no idea what they mean.
There's a prison at the apex of this mountain.
Prison? Way up there?
It is said that Lady Kira's laid those she defeated to rest atop this mountain, so that their souls would not spawn evil spirits.
I'm feeling queasy just thinking about being all the way up there. The fact that it's a prison just makes it worse. Eh. Hey, wait, this is broken. That lantern looks broken, but it's hard to make out the details from this angle. I'll take a closer look when I'm in a better shot. It's a lantern. It's still lit.
Of course it is. The sacred flames in the 4 lanterns here have burned for centuries.
I hate to break it to you, but one's out.
Anyone who extinguishes even one of them would be put to death immediately.
So that's why they're outfitted with glass wind guards. Still, I better keep my distance, just in case. So the moon and these lanterns were the only sources of light up here that night.
The rites is performed by the light of the full moon, because moonlight is a purifying force.
I see.
No touching.
I wasn't going to. I don't want to get burned anyway. Why? This is very bloody. Let's take a closer look, shall we? What's this? A bloodstained scrap of paper. Looks like some kind of note or letter, perhaps. It's written in Chinese, so I can't read a lick.
Let me see that. Once the flame is lit, then... will be... This is simply impossible to read. Wait,
What is it?
it's stamped in the lower right. It's the mark of those insurgents, the Defiant Dragons.
Rebel group? What's it doing here? Is there some kind of connection between the High Priest and the rebels? So it seems like there was, it seems like this may have been a plot by the Defiant Dragons. Hmm. This thing's bloody. Whoa, that is blood.
This is a statue of a warbod, the bird on which Lady Kira based on her appearance.
And all this blood is from the High Priest, huh?
He no doubt embraced the statue in the hope that Lady Kira would save him from death. May his soul rest in peace.
Considering the amount of blood, he must have been stabbed with a considerable force. There's no way Maya would be strong enough to deliver such a blow. Next up, we got this thing. Hey, isn't this Lady Kira's robe?
Oh, Holy Mother! Lady Kira's robe is...
I know how you feel, but we should leave it as is to preserve the crime scene.
You imbecile! This is the actual robe Lady Kira once wore!
It is. What the heck is it made of? I mean, nothing should look this good after a few hundred years.
Enough! If I say it's the actual robe, it is the actual robe. That foul murderer should not get away with this.
It's tough to see a piece of history sloppily tossed on the ground like this, though. It even looks like it's been mended a number of times. This robe kind of smells.
How dare you insult such a sacred piece of clothing like that?
No, I mean that it smells like incense.
Oh, I see. The scent you detected is from the sacred incense used to purify Lady Kira's robe. Whenever a rite is to be performed, the robe is first scented with a sacred incense.
This still smells like incense now. The scent must have been much stronger last night when the victim was killed. Interesting. What about the outline? It's been stained red by the High Priest's blood.
The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return.
What's that from?
An old legend.
Wait, does that mean that the rebel hunting Lady Kira in the newspaper is the real deal? Nah, that's crazy talk. Looks like that about does it for this area. Just make sure. Rock! This rock must have fallen from higher up on the mountain. It's like the perfect perch for taking a peek over that curtain. Well, up I go. Whee! Wow, what an incredible view. It almost boggles the mind.
Get down from there this instant!
Right, sorry. I'll be down. Looks like the inner sanctum is just slightly higher up than the top of that mountain. I guess that confirms that the stairs from the Plaza Devotion are the only way up here. So it means that somebody had to have been waiting. That's the only thing it could mean. It's a statue of a bird. Guess I'll take a closer look at it. Empty. Look, the bird's missing its eye. I feel sorry for the poor fella.
Are you the one who took it?
Of course not!
The statue has been here for ages. I suppose some damage is to be expected. I should ask my mother to have it repaired.
No wonder there are no lawyers left. I'd leave too if it was always if I were always treated like this. I don't think I'll find anything else of interest around here. The snow around that lantern to the left looks strange. Maybe I should take a look around. Before we do that, during the rite, the inner sanctum was fully enclosed by this ritual curtain, making this case something of a locked room mystery. The curtains around the perimeter of the sanctum, isolating it from the outside world. The entrance was shut during the rite.
The purification rite is akin to a bathing ritual for Lady Kira. Therefore, it must be closed off from the outside world.
Oh, so the inner sanctum was like her private bathroom.
Indeed. So see to it that you keep it clean.
This flap in the center acts as the ritual curtain's door, but that's about it. Ugh!
And what was that shrill scream for just now?
It's just... I'm afraid of heights. I didn't notice it as I was climbing up, but now that I can see all the way down... I guess that flight of stairs from the Plaza of Devotion really is the only way up here or down. Alright, let's take a look at the obvious problem here. Huh? There's something hanging off the ritual curtain there. Yeah. These look like those prayer flags down at the Plaza of Devotion.
Except they are arranged like no prayer flags I have ever seen.
How so?
All of these flags have been sewn together.
Hey, you're right. It's like they're one big banner now. You think it could be used as like a parachute or something?
There's something written on a piece of it. Donated by Trust in Me. It seems this piece is from a donation Abba Inmi made at some point.
Sanctum prayer flags. Prayer flags found outside the ritual curtain. They have been sewn together into a long banner. Curious. And now what I... Oh wait, that flame is actually still going, I just noticed. I thought it was out. Now for the big one. This thing. I think I better go take a closer look. The snow is like pushed out or cleaned here. There's no snow here. Maybe it was removed because it would interfere with the rite.
The day before the rite, the temperature in this area plunged below freezing. Even the Plaza of Devotion was covered in a layer of white frost.
Must be the elevation. It wasn't all that cold back in town, as I recall. But why is this broken? This lantern is damaged. The wind guard is completely broken.
Damage? What's this you're doing?
No! I didn't even touch it!
Then perhaps a falling rock struck it. I request that it be repaired when we are finished here. Of course, I doubt you will live long enough to see it restored.
I'll be back to take a look, you'll see! The snow has obviously been cleared away here, and the lantern's broken. I still have that camera I brought to take pictures of my trip. I should snap one of this area here just in case. Shows an area of shoveled out snow and a lantern with a broken wind guard. Nothing else particularly interesting there. I think that's everything of intrigue. Let's just make one quick look around. Seems like we're all good. Let's present some stuff.
What a dreadful way to die.
Did you know the High Priest here, Benevolence? Did I already read this? Yes, I did. Oops. Look at this. Adama for your thoughts? Would you want Adama? Spare Dama? Look at this! Look at this photograph. Alright, let's actually continue talking about the High Priest family. Could you tell me about the High Priest and his family?
Abba Inmi lived with his wife and his disciple acolyte Perez Zealot. A young man the couple took into their home upon finding him near our kingdom's border.
Speaking of his wife, isn't she the one who usually plays the role of Lady Kira?
Yes, but as she is with child, the role was appointed to someone else. The killer no doubt offered to stand in, as she saw it as a chance to slay the High Priest.
No, you have it backwards. He was the one who asked Maya to stand in.
Then that braggart must have embellished her qualifications.
I'm really not sure she could. Besides, why didn't you stand in for the High Priest's wife then?
Did I not tell you before? As a direct descendant of the Holy Mother, the role of Lady Kira is forbidden to me.
I didn't know that.
For those descended of Her Holiness must not defile their bodies with the blood of battle.
Oh yeah, you did say that, didn't you? Did you? I don't remember. I should probably talk with the High Priest's wife and acolyte Zealot later, too. Lady Kira. So could you tell me more about this Lady Kira?
As an outsider, I suppose your ignorance is all but unavoidable.
Whatever happened to you need but ask?
Nena. Lady Kira was the Holy Mother's younger sister. But unlike her older sister, she lacked the ability to channel spirits.
Really?
However, it is said that none could equal her skill with the dagger.
A dagger? Well, this became relevant fast.
The Holy Mother guides our souls, and Lady Kira keeps the peace with her dagger.
So they kind of work hand in hand?
Lady Kira was prepared to die for her people. She cloaked herself in a sacred battle robe, and concealed her face as her sister did.
Okay, but who was she fighting against?
Throughout our history, we have been set upon by rebels. Now it's no different. For our enemy now is the Defiant Dragons, led by the insurgent Dirk.
So Lady Kira played a role akin to the police, huh? So what's with the bird imagery?
Lady Kira's robe is fashioned in the likeness of a warbird. It is a fearsome bird that is unique to Kurain.
I see. And what about the recent rebel hunter Lady Kira? Who do you think she is?
I have heard about her, but I have yet to ascertain the truth. However, I believe her to be a vigilante, or more precisely, a patriot.
So even Princess Rafa doesn't know the true identity of the rebel hunter, though? How about does it for the Inner Sanctum? I should probably head back to the Plaza of Devotion and let Emma know I'm done. After all, she's the one putting her neck on the line for me to investigate this place. Any ideas?
The killer must have been the one they call Maya Fey. There can be no other.
You never know. It's still pretty early in the investigation.
She has spent time in the company of lawyers, so she must have a wicked soul.
Thanks for reminding me of how much people like me are hated in this country.
It is only by the Holy Mother's mercy that you are allowed to investigate this sacred place. Remember that, and give thanks to Her Holiness for this great blessing at once.
Oh, thank you, Your Holy Motherness? That didn't come out right.
That seemed a little insincere. Shall we halt this investigation immediately?
No, wait, I'm grateful, really.
I wonder.
Ugh, this is going to be worse than walking on holy eggshells.
Well, are you going to conduct your investigation or not?
I will. It's just, are you going to keep following me around like this?
Of course. Unless you intend to do something you feel the need to hide.
No, I do everything by the book.
Then get on with it. I am not doing this for fun, you know. I too have many duties I need to attend to.
Then why don't you go do them instead of hovering over me?
What is that look you are giving me? Am I perhaps being bothersome?
No, don't be absurd. You're being incredibly bothersome. Ay, ay, ay. Let's go back to the plaza. Wow, they're still praying.
The religious devotion of our people is the pride of our kingdom. Come what may, they will continue to pray until tomorrow afternoon.
Well, I will say this level of devotion is certainly to be respected. Now, to find him, who? You there! You there, wait! I want to ask you something. Okay. Can you see? Do you know me? Do I know you? Well, I'm Phoenix. Phoenix Wright. I'm a lawyer. No! I want to know if you know who I am! Huh? How should I know? I've never even seen you before. This guy's acting really strange. I wonder if he has amnesia or something. I should talk to him a little more, just in case he's connected to this case somehow. Who is you? Funny guy. They're still praying. Zilla's still focused on his prayers.
Is not such devotion worthy of commendation? Still, he has not yet learned of the High Priest's death. When I think of how he will learn of it once his prayers are over.
Yeah, it does seem cruel, doesn't it? They're still praying? That's really something.
It's called their absolute devotion to Lady Kira.
But you don't have to pray to her. Your benevolence?
Our customs dictate that I must never associate myself with Lady Kira in any way. Instead, it is my duty to offer my prayers and dance to the Holy Mother every day. Why don't you try offering up a dance or two? I think you'll find it quite uplifting.
No thanks, I'm good. 2 left feet here.
To think I would witness a lawyer being allowed to pass through this sacred gate.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't unless I had to. Those stairs were brutal to climb.
What's this? Do you even know how many monks you would give their lives to pass through that gate? Be thankful for the great honor you've been afforded.
Yes, your benevolence. Hello, hairy man? Are you okay? Do you remember something?
So itchy.
What is with this guy? Look at this. Why do you have so much hair? Look at this dead. Look at this dead guy. Look at his nose. Look at this curtain. Look at this. Look at this photograph. Anyways, Goggles, what are you doing here? Who are you? Are you having trouble remembering who you are? Excuse you? I'm sorry if I offended you. Ah! Are you eating lizards? Whew. I thought he was gonna pull a weapon on me. He's eating lizards. But he's just pulling some snack out one after another.
I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to do. I know it's something important.
Do you know of this man or something, Barbed Head?
No, I just said I've never seen him before, didn't I?
Are you Lady Kira?
You know of Lady Kira? Then you are Kiranese, I take it.
Maybe.
Wait, are those lizards he's eating?
What? You want one?
Oh, thanks. I just ate.
Now I remember. Get a load of this. I got cool goggles. Yeah. Oh,
Whoa, what?
well,
What?
I believe he suffers from a far more serious malady than mere memory loss.
no good, huh? Guess I'll try somebody else.
Bye?
So, who's that man, and what did he want, Barbed Head?
I wish I knew. Is this Emma?
Hey, Mr. Wright!
What now? Emma!
What's wrong? I didn't surprise you that badly, did I?
Oh no, it's nothing. Actually, I've been looking for you. I wanted to tell you I investigated the crime scene. I hope it wasn't too much trouble getting my investigation of the inner sanctum approved.
Oh, it was fine. Prosecutor Salamati gave his okay straight away.
He seems like a rather fair-minded prosecutor.
He said that you would probably give up once you saw the crime scene for yourself. And that moving on before the trial began would be the smart thing to do.
He must be feeling really confident about his case. Well, just so you know, I have no intention of giving up.
I figured. That's why I prepared a little gift for you. I thought it might help your investigation. Here, it's all yours.
Ooh, luminol.
I wanted to bring you a bunch of other forensic tools, but they were confiscated by the airport.
Luminol testing fluid. This actually might come in handy. What happened to your...
Also, I made a copy of the crime scene photo for you.
Thanks. All this will definitely come in handy. Ew. So this is what the High Priest's body looked like after the murder. I'm trying to know if there's anything out of the ordinary right out the gate. But as far as I can tell, aside from the fact that it's obviously a dead body, everything looks to be sensical, at least at first glance. I mean, he's even still got the bells. You can even see faintly in the water that he's got the other bell on his foot still, and he's got it under his other foot too. So there's no chance of like, oh no. Killer did it because they got scared? I don't know. Okay, this probably isn't anything to actually worry about, but there is something that seems I don't know. I wonder what direction he was facing when he got stabbed. Now, considering he's like a priest, I would assume he would be in prayer and he would probably be facing the statue, right? That's what I would assume. But he got stabbed in his abdomen, so... Oh, that would imply that he would have his back. And I assumed he wouldn't have someone stab him from here. Oh no. I'll keep this along with the picture I took at the crime scene. Combined.
Oh, yeah. They're done questioning Maya.
Really? I should go pay her a visit then. Poor Maya. She must be feeling pretty lonely. I should let her know that I'll be defending her too.
Oh, shoot. Look at the time. I have to get going.
You sure seem busy.
That's because his ephemeral holiness is a real slave driver.
His ephemeral holiness?
Prosecutor Salamati. He's like the world's hardest riddle wrapped in a flowy sash. I keep wondering if it's just a clash of cultures type of thing, you know? Like, he'll ask the most insane things out of me without batting a single long eyelash of his.
This Prosecutor Salamati sounds like he's used to holding some serious clout.
Why do I have such bad luck with prosecutors? First it was the glamorous fop. I don't find the rid of that rating, bling-loving Europhile, and I get this guy.
Gavin wasn't that bad, come on.
Oh, no, now I'm really gonna be late. He'll probably make me listen to one of those really long sutras again. I'll see you later.
He makes her listen to sutras? Sounds like Emma's got it pretty rough too.
She does not appreciate Prosecutor Salamati's sutras, but in gratitude. It appears that she, too, is lacking in religious devotion.
I don't think that's what the problem is here. Besides, Emma's not even a Koreanist. Look at this photograph. I should have figured that nothing would change, but... I wonder... Can I go back up to the inner sanctum? I was wondering if maybe the reason I thought to do that is because we were told to, we got luminol. So I thought maybe that would help. I want to go here. Do you have anything to say? What do you have to say for yourself? I'm not Koreanese, but maybe if I prayed with all my might, the Holy Mother will help me. Who am I kidding? I have to figure out how to solve this case myself. I look a little haggard in my reflection. It's like the water's showing me how I feel on the inside. Wait, what am I doing? I have to stay strong, especially for Maya. Building. I can hear the monks' prayers all the way over here. Maybe the Holy Mother would answer mine if I slipped it in with theirs. Here goes. Please let me save Maya Fey. What do you want to talk about?
That man we just met. He seemed quite suspicious to me. Don't tell me he's an acquaintance of yours.
Not everyone who's suspicious is friends with a lawyer or vice versa, you know? For example, I have many upstanding friends and acquaintances, like a chief prosecutor.
Well, as long as your friends are free from the taint of corruption.
They are, and not everything is about good and evil.
Are you going to speak with that woman?
If you mean Maya, then yes. There's something I need to talk to her about.
Something like a jailbreak?
And how exactly do we do that with you and a guard watching over us like hawks? Small, sassy child. Hey, 10th Detention Center. Hey, Maya. Isn't this a familiar sight? Sort of.
Nick! I knew you'd come.
Maya, she sure looks tired. How are you holding up?
It wasn't me, but no one will believe me.
I have to admit, I'm still a bit in shock. Who'd have thought you'd get caught up in something like this, and so far from home? I'm going to defend you, so hang in there. We can do this if we work together.
It's all my fault. I mean, you came to Korean just to visit me. We hadn't seen each other in ages, and then this happens.
I haven't seen her this down in ages either. Come on, remember who you're talking to. Besides, I thought you'd be used to being the usual suspect by now.
I guess you're right. You save me each and every time.
Yep, so just tell me everything you can and let's go from there.
Barbed head, stop stalling and go straight to the matter of the true import. We know she is the murderer. Therefore, it is time for a confession. Your benevolence. What brings you, the royal priestess, to a place like this? I am watching over this lawyer to keep him from tampering with anything in this case. Now, out with it. Confess your crime.
Please, your benevolence, could you please take it down a notch or 3? Maya, please tell me what you can. I know this must be difficult, but anything you can remember might help.
Sure, okay.
Bell!
A guard will come running if you ring that bell there.
Really? Let's put that to the test, shall we?
Oh, but they got really mad last time when I rang it for no reason.
You could have told me that before I rang it! Look at this badge.
Hey! Congrats on getting your bat. Yeah, we've already read this, actually, now I think about it. Look at this. I didn't kill the high priest, I swear!
Of course you didn't.
And why should I believe the words of an accused? I really didn't kill him. And if you don't believe me, then prepare you an earful. From Nick.
Keep me out of this!
There you go, presenting things left and right again, as always. Sure takes me back to the good old days. Oh, present something else, Nick.
If that's what you really want. At least it seemed to cheer her up a bit. Look at this. You know about this? Nope. I assume she's gonna say, yep. Same thing as before. Let's talk, Maya. The incident.
I didn't kill the high priest. I wouldn't even dream of it. I mean, he always treated me so well. Abbot Enemy was an important figure with a ton of duties, including training acolytes. He was really kind, even to a foreigner like me. He even invited me over to his house whenever I was between training sessions. How could I ever kill someone like that?
He sounds like a really good person. I think I would have liked him.
so much fun. I got to enjoy meals with his family and everything. His wife was a master of Chinese cuisine. I've never eaten better in my life.
It's like they were her family, a home away from home in this foreign land. It must have been a source of comfort, what with being here for training all alone.
But
what?
I can't completely deny the charge either.
Huh?
As I suspected, the snake's shown her true colors at last.
Your benevolence, please! I'm trying to figure out what really happened here. So, what do you mean you can't completely deny the charge?
Well, during the purification rite, I suddenly got really, really sleepy. The next thing I knew, Abbott in me was, you know...
You suddenly got sleepy. So then you didn't actually see the High Priest get murdered.
No, I didn't. But if I was possessed by some crazy spirit while I was asleep, then... One excuse. How dare you pin your crimes on another person's soul? Be honest, what you call training has been an extended vacation in reality. And that training here is simply for prestige. No, it's not like that at all. I'm training to become the master of the Kurain channeling technique. A neophyte practitioner such as you'll become a channeling master. I think not. The spiritual power required is beyond the means of an outsider like you.
Rafa seems to really hate fakers. But Maya does actually have the power to channel spirits. I should let Rafa know. Your benevolence, I wouldn't call Maya a neophyte because she can already
Wait, Nick.
What?
Can I talk to you for a sec?
Why is she whispering all of a sudden?
I want to keep my spirit channeling ability up secret while I'm here, Nick.
Why?
I'll, explain later. Just keep it a secret for now, okay?
If you say so. What's that all about?
What's all that whispering about over there?
Oh, it's nothing really. I'll have to ask about this later when Princess Rafa's not around.
Oh, I almost forgot. Nick.
Yeah?
About Abbott and me's murder. There was something I noticed that I thought strange.
Oh? What'd you find? So, what was it you noticed?
Well, you probably won't believe me, but...
Why don't you let me be the judge of that?
Okay, so, you know that spring?
The spring? You mean the pool in front of the Warbod statue?
Yes, that. The water in there was dark red.
Yes.
And when I say dark red, I mean blood red.
Oh, that? Yeah, I saw it too.
You did?
Yeah, the High Priest's blood turned red.
No, that's not what I meant. The spring was red before he was killed.
Oh, what? What? Wait, so it was already red? Even before the High Priest was killed?
Yeah, I noticed it during the purification rite, just before I passed out. It's just like the ancient legend says.
What ancient legend?
Spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return. That's how it goes, anyway. Hold on. Yes, there's a legend about the inner sanctum that says just that. The water runs red this time thanks to the murder. The police investigation confirmed it. Perhaps your eyes were deceived by the lantern light reflecting off the water. I don't think that was it, though.
An ancient legend, huh? I wonder if it's connected to this murder somehow. On the day of the rite, the water in the spring was already stained red when Abba, Enmi, and Maya arrived at the inner sanctum. Is it possible someone could have been pretending?
Nick?
Yeah?
So, actually, there's one more thing.
What's up with Maya? She keeps looking over her benevolence, like she's worried about what Rafa will think. What's up?
There's something I want to show you.
There is?
I found this at the inner sanctum after I came to.
Eh? Is this a letter? It's in Koreanese.
See that stamp on the far left at the end of the letter? Does it look familiar?
Wait, is that stamp? This red stamp here. That's not... It is, isn't it? It's the same stamp that's on... It looks like it's the same one on the, on her face. On Kira's.
That's the mark of Lady Kira.
Oh, right. It looks just like the mark on her forehead.
Lady Kira, you say? Let me see that. Why, this is...
What? What does it say?
Do not perform the rite. I know what you were planning. Lady Kira.
That sounds like a threat or a warning. Whoever's pretending to be Lady Kira was pressuring the High Priest to stop the rite.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to me, too. Nick, do you think...
Wait. First, there's that ancient legend.
The spring shall run red upon Lady Kira's return.
Now, there's also Lady Kira's warning. Plus, with the Warbot's dagger being eyed as the murder weapon.
Don't tell me. That's why she has to be the real deal. Gives me chills just thinking about it. Maybe Lady Kira's spirit possessed the sacred robe or something.
Don't tell me. You actually believe that the real Lady Kira returned to kill the High Priest?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
Historical figures don't come back to life. I mean, give me a break.
But you were saying only yesterday how it would be fun to believe that she's the real deal.
Yeah, yesterday. I wish I could keep on entertaining that fancy too. But the fact is, we're dealing with a murder here. Thus, my days of dreaming have come to an end. I'm going to keep it real from now on, and you should too, Nick.
I thought you said I was the boring one because I was keeping it real.
Sorry, I guess I've outgrown that stepladder argument.
Don't you dare. Stop. End it. No. Bad. Invalid. I think you mean ladder, Maya. So, what do you mean by keeping it real?
Oh, so you know how someone is dressing up like Lady Kira and capturing rebels, right?
Oh, you mean the rebel hunter Lady Kira in the papers?
Yeah, that one. I think that's who probably sent this warning. What nonsense is this? You dare to suggest that Abba Emi was slain by Lady Kira? You nincompoop! The rebel hunter is sure to be a vigilante who loves his kingdom. And it is that patriotism that led them to cloak their identity in the guise of Lady Kira. Such a patriot would never slay the High Priest.
Guess it's only natural for Princess Rafa to see it that way, but I can't let it go at that.
Besides, why would such a vigilante want to stop the purification rite in the first place?
I haven't figured that one out yet.
I rest my case.
Still, if this rebel hunter had a compelling enough reason, they might have killed the High Priest after he ignored their warning.
You big dummy, you can't fool me. It was you who forged that warning letter. You are trying to shed your guilt onto our most sacred Lady Kira. Admit it. No, I never do such a thing.
Now, your benevolence. Let's try to remain rational about this. Maya, did you show that letter to Blaze?
No. I was afraid that I would anger everybody needlessly. I was waiting to show it to you, Nick.
And judging by her benevolence's reaction, I'd say Maya was right to be worried. Wait, what are... Oh, wait. There are a number of places on this letter where there are 3 holes in a row. Huh, why? Are these supposed to be some sort of a message too? Not that we'll find out anytime soon, I suspect. There are holes in rows, all 3.
Alright, Q's, wrap it up.
Guess they have more questions for me.
Yeah, at least I have a better idea of what we're up against now.
Nick, there's something I've been meaning to ask. I don't need a lawyer this time.
What are you talking about?
It's just, you know that they have the Defense Culpability Act in crime, right? Well, if I'm found guilty, you'll be charged with abetting a criminal.
Maya. Thanks for thinking of me, but Don't worry, Maya. We'll pull through this together somehow. We always have, haven't we?
Yeah, but we're not in Kansas anymore, you know?
True. But I've been through one trial here already. So I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm going to win this one, no matter what. Because I believe in your innocence.
Yeah, I know. We've always won because of your faith in me.
That's right. So it's all aboard the Phoenix Freedom Express.
Thank you, Nick. Well, I'll see you later.
Hi.
Bravado will not save you tomorrow, and by then, it will be too late to ask for mercy.
We're going to beat this charge. You'll see.
I don't care to understand every single word that was spoken. But I don't like the sound of that Phoenix Freedom Express one bit.
Wait. Don't tell me you don't know what Freedom Express refers to.
Of course I know. Do not presume to know what I do not know.
I'm no closer to understanding why someone would want to hunt the High Priest instead. High Priest? Given the use of the Warbod dagger and the existence of the warning letter, I'd say the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira as the real prime suspect. It might help if I knew a little more about this modern-day Lady Kira. I wonder if anyone has any info on them. Maybe the first thing I should do is go somewhere where locals like to gather. The bazaar! Is that bird right there a warbod? I guess the bazaar is as good a place to start as any. Now, who should I... Hi.
I see. So that is what a Freedom Express is.
Consulting her pocket internet again, I see. Mr. Wright. Oh, is it?
Mr. Wright!
That sounds like... Albie!
Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Oh, good God! Your benevolence! You mustn't trust in lawyers, you... Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh,
What's wrong, Albie?
Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be your guide, your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep.
I wish he'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash.
Please forgive me, your benevolence. But Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man. And I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry. Forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Oh. Mr. Wright! Her benevolence is sunk into the ground!
She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Well, let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions?
Of course not. I'm always glad to help.
I want to examine first. There's a big animal here. Hey, Albie, what's this cow-like animal?
It's a yak. They carry heavy loads and provide milk. They're indispensable partners in our daily lives.
Interesting. Hey, they're kind of cute up close.
Oh, and they are also prized for their meat. You know, the meat you enjoyed so much last night.
Oh. Partner must mean something else here. Is this the warbod?
Let me explain. This bird's nose is a warbod. It's only found here in Kuwain.
Oh, right. The bird Lady Kira based herself on. It's a really beautiful bird. Tourists must love it.
They usually do. There's just one thing about it, it's kind of a hit or miss. Its unusual cry drives children to tears. It can even make some adults collapse in fear.
Maybe they should keep such fearsome creatures in a less crowded area. What does it sound like? A demon? Look at all these vegetables.
Let's see, there's Agyampa, Quanu, and Zabas. They're all freshly picked this morning.
I've never heard of any of them. Maybe I'll buy some to see what they taste like. You want some too, Albie? My treat.
Really? Thank you, sir. I'll take some of this, and this. Oh, and this too.
Albie? That's quite a lot you got there already, don't you think?
But this is barely enough for a side dish.
I hope I brought in enough money. My wallet. A manhole. I guess I have a sewer system here in Crane. I was wondering what I was clicking on. I just see like a circle and it's like, what am I clicking on? What am I thinking? Of course they do. I was ignorant. Sewers. What's this? It's a poster. It looks like some kind of Croinese superhero. Why do all superheroes look the same regardless of where they come from? I don't know. The gate to Temple. And at the top of those stairs is my home away from home. Just looking at them is making my back ache. Y'all don't got escalators?
This is really popular bun shop here in Crane.
Ooh, they even some Magatamon. Let's see, one Magatamon, $15. Wait a sec. Albie, weren't you selling them for $20 a piece?
The extra $5 is the service fee.
He's quite the shrewd businessman. Ay. Albie. What is this? I can't read the sign, but this looks like a souvenir shop. Too bad I don't have any time to do some shopping right now. I'll have to stop by here before I go back home. I'm sure everyone's expecting something, especially Trucy. Alright, I think we're good there. Look at this badge. Look at this book. Look at this paper. Do you have anything to say? Look at this dead guy's report. Look at this bloody piece of paper. Look at all this stuff that would traumatize a How old are you? Look at all this stuff that should traumatize a child like you. Phoenix walks up to a child. Here, look at this dead guy. Walks away. Here you go. Have some free trauma. Anyways, Albie, the Rebel Hunter. So, what have you heard about the Rebel Hunter that was in the newspaper?
Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira.
So they're treating this Rebel Hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh?
People have been on edge recently, what with that jailbreak and stuff. I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon.
Escaped prisoner?
Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured.
So there's a hardened criminal on the loose. That is bad news.
Yes, but the modern-day Lady Kira is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself.
Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? Let's hear some more about him. So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like?
They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as Dirk's right-hand man.
Really? Dirk, as in the leader of that rebel group?
Yes, the escapee, he serves that dreadful master of the Divine Dragons. They say the prisoner's a formidable soldier, and that he wields a big, scary knife. Rumor has it he's a cold-blooded killer to the boot.
He sounds like a really dangerous man. Whoopsie.
He is, but the police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search.
Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. It's at the top, yeah. How do you escape that? Way up there. The prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctums mountain, right? How do you even break out?
No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I'd like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again.
Terrible incident. Might I ask? What was that about a terrible incident, Albie?
It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it.
The previous queen was assassinated? That's kind of unsettling.
Oh, it was the terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen, only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that.
You really take their queen seriously here, like god-worshipping level serious. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one.
Those defiant dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next?
So that's why the people of Khurain are so afraid of that escapee. And why they want the rebel hunter to take him out, along with the other rebels. So, is there anything else you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Kira, Albie?
I was just thinking there was something else, but what was it? Oh, yeah! Here!
What is it?
Shadow found it! Why, that's the Warbat arrow!
Feeling better now, Your Benevolence?
This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I am the Crown Princess of Khurain. Now, let me see that boy. Yes, Your Benevolence! It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle.
A three-pronged arrow? Aha! Three-pronged. I see where how this managed to probably get to them. It was probably stuck onto that arrow. I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadow find it, Albie?
Near Abba Inmi's house.
Near the victim's house? Huh? Something tells me I better look into this. Resembles the three-pronged arrows once used by Lady Kira, discovered near the High Priest's home. Albie, can I ask you to take me to the High Priest's house?
Yes, of course.
Come to think of it, he was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira in the Purification, right? I should probably talk to her too. Shall we then? Oh, there's someone here. Hi. So this is where the High Priest lived. This is where I woke up. Wait a minute. This is where they brought me when my back gave out. And the woman in front of that altar, she must be the High Priest's wife. Ow! Howdy. Is that a steel samurai? Hi. Excuse me. I am so sorry, but that is a terrifying portrait. This man is very scary with the fact that he doesn't have eyes.
Yes. May I help you?
I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her?
Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Belieb. Oh, my. Your Benevolence. Please, be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. I owe much to your husband. You have my deepest sympathies for your tragic loss. You honored me with your kind words. Look, dear, the Royal Priestess has come to visit us. Yes. What's that? Oh, of course.
She's talking with his funeral picture.
My husband, too, is delighted that the Royal Priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abba Inmi. No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear.
She's definitely speaking with him.
So, Your Benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence.
I know this must be difficult, but could I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under a suspicion, you see.
A friend of yours. So then you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct?
That's right.
I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. About Inmi and his wife are one of the closest and most loving couples in Korean. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further.
She did just lose the love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. But I need to talk to her if I want to learn any more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the Warbot arrow that Albie found near the house. There's too much I need to find out for me to just leave yet. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while?
Bothead, have you not been listening to a word I said?
Look, Your Benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind.
Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, don't. Not in front of the royal priestess. Now, if you'd excuse me.
What the heck were they even talking about?
You have poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised.
I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt or misin me.
Could it be that you actually possess a conscience?
Of course I do! But I'm also desperate for information.
So, what do you plan to do now?
Pass the time by looking around the room, I guess. See if she changes her mind.
Just see that you do not touch anything you should not.
Guess I should watch what I touch then. Just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. What are these drums? What a magnificent altar.
Of course it's magnificent. It's for the Holy Mother, after all.
Holy Mother? Is she that faceless figure there?
Such insolence. How do you not know who Her Holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant?
Sorry, what happened again?
This is why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well. Depicting Her Holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Koreanism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like. And that includes some members of the royal family.
Wow, now there's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know of what she looks like. It's interesting. What is this? What is this scary looking spiky thing?
Is a floor cushion for heightening a practitioner's mental focus. Your ignorance astounds me. There's not a soul in Korean who would not recognize this.
A floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this?
How else would you suggest it be used?
It looks like a torture device to me. Look at this TV. What show is this?
Is the Plumbed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
Oh great, they have their own Steel Samurai over here.
It's based on Lady Kira and is the #1 action hero show in Korean.
Plumbed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Yeah, that's just straight up.
Yes, it's an entirely original show created here in our kingdom.
I'm not so sure about its originality, given its overall look and its theme song.
Is something the matter?
Well, it's just, we have an action hero show back home that's really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya is so into Lady Kira. Yes! Honestly, the theme song is exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. It's a popular action hero series filmed right in LA. Set in a city known as Neo Old Tokyo, it pits the Steel Samurai in Mortal Kombat against his nemesis, the Evil Magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Plumbed Punisher seems awfully similar to the Steel Samurai.
The Plumbed Punisher originated here in Korean. Is that clear, Bobhead?
Yes, your benevolence. Note to self, never suggest that again. I noticed these photos back here. One I recognize. Isn't that Justice Minister I met? Who's the woman in the picture next to him? She looks really important. Could she be the queen of Krain? Probably. A poster of the mountains? Oh, the Inner Sanctum Mountain is featured against those other towering peaks.
Those beautiful mountains are known as the Roof of Krain. Ah, and I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster.
Mount Pony Pony? Is that the smaller peak to the left?
Known as the Little Sanctum, it is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not also beautiful? But I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty.
Oh, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. Interesting how that seems important. What's this orbular device back here and photo? Is this a piece of art or some sort?
What a beautiful orb.
Is something the matter?
Bobhead, take one step back.
Okay, done. Did you spot something?
Yes, your dismal reflection. It was ruining the orb's beauty.
Did you have to put it like that, your benevolence? She has a steel samurai! There's a steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. She probably left it here while she was performing that right. Board game. This game looks kind of like checkers or chess.
You mean to say you have never heard of Kachu Demal? I've heard people describe it as Chinese chess.
So two players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king?
Not quite. In Kachu Demal, the object is utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece has a special move that can only be used once per game.
Special moves? Sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Now, there's two things of note here. What looks like to be a wanted poster and something in the trash can. I'm gonna take a look at the wanted poster first. Oh, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about.
What? Let me see that. That's our ball. Senior member of insurgent leadership and former paratrooper of a foreign land, wanting for crimes against the kingdom, considered armed and dangerous.
So he's an ex-military, huh?
His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once.
Mentions a sizable reward. Something wrong?
The bounty is $3 million, as money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about $1 million.
You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare.
Unexpectedly? How rude. Nana has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As crown princess, it is only natural that I care for my people.
How about sending some of that kindness this way?
Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer, and paid taxes to our kingdom, that is.
Oh well, it was worth a shot. I tried, man. Alright, what's in the trash can? This looks like a wastebasket. Hey, there's an envelope. Hey! I see that. There are 3 holes in a row near the top. Now, where have I seen holes like this before?
Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You're a pitiful creature, indeed.
What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do.
It says, to the High Priest. You cannot even read. You are even more pitiful than I had thought.
Thanks, and I will keep your words of wisdom in mind, surely. I guess I should have studied some Koreanese before I came. So the envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I better hang on to it. There's no return address, and 3 unusual-looking holes are punched into it. So we have the 3 pieces. So we have all 3 pieces to combined. We have the arrow that made the holes, and the envelope up, and the letter inside said envelope. So,
Lady Believe has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that.
Can we wait just a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up.
Oh, you're still here. Labelie.
Miss it in me. Do you think you're ready to talk?
Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Labelie, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it is quite alright. If my husband were still with us, he would say... As much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may.
Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, does Miss and me call herself lovely just now?
Well, whatever you waiting for, ask your questions quickly so your departure may be just as swift.
Yes, of course. Give me a minute, or 3, or 10 maybe even.
What is that badge for?
It's the attorney's badge used in my country.
Yes? I agree, dear. My husband says I should have nothing to do with lawyers.
It's not like we top the top popularity charts back home, but come on, can't a lawyer get a break? Stop hating on me for existing. Excuse me.
Yes, dear. That's right.
She's so focused on her husband, she couldn't care less about this. Excuse me. Excuse me.
My husband's... Barthead, do you not consider the consequences of your actions?
Oh, sorry. That was pretty inconsiderate of me.
Oh? Is that so? You really are a kind soul, dear. My husband says he forgives you.
Thank you.
I understand that you're desperate, but do not cause my lovely wife any undue pain.
Ah!
Do I make myself clear, Sir Lawyer?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, sir. Why do you have a photo of him angry? Why do you have such an angry photo of him? What prompted its creation? Neutral face?
Angry face.
Neutral face? Alright, now we're getting some stuff that might actually get some responses out of you. No? Surprising. What about the arrow? No? Surprising. Poster. The poster.
Why, that is the escaped criminal who is all of Karain astir. When I think how he might still be lurking about, I get so scared I can't sleep at night.
I don't blame her, considering she just suddenly lost her husband.
Yes? Really, dear? My husband said he would protect me if that escaped criminal shows up.
By protect, does she mean she'll pummel the escapee with her husband's portrait? Perhaps. Alright, let's actually get to talking. Trust in me. Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately?
No, I don't recall anything of the sort.
This is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him?
He was a kind man, and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him.
Well, huh. How about that? You're lying. Been a while, it feels like. These are Cyclops. This means Mr. Inmi is trying to hide something from me. This is the Magatama Maya gave me all those years ago. And it has a really amazing power. It reacts when someone is hiding something. And allows me to see the Cyclops that are holding that person's mind shut. Whenever I see any, I only have to present my Magatama to try and unlock them. Locking them all usually allows me to coax the truth out of someone.
Take that!
Alright. Why are you lying about the grudge? Who had a grudge on him? The High Priest. Cyclops. They appeared when I asked her whether anyone held a grudge against her husband. That must mean that Miss Inmi thought of someone who just might have such a grudge. Let's just stir the pot out a little and see what happens. Miss Inmi, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be.
That would be Maya, would it not?
No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. Lady Kira. It was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Everyone's talking about her.
I know not of what you speak.
Really? Because she even made that front page recently. Happy!
I am but a humble servant of Lady Kira. What reason would she have to kill someone as insignificant as I?
Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abba and me.
Take that!
This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it?
And how do you know Maya wasn't lying to you? Because I've never seen that letter before, and I doubt my husband ever did either.
Sorry, but I have evidence that proves this warning was meant for your husband.
Take that!
This.
What's that?
It's an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? Neutral.
What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning letter was delivered in this envelope?
There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a sec. Don't the envelope and the warning letter have something in common? I think there just might be something that links the envelope to the warning letter.
There is?
Yes, and that proof is right here on the warning letter. This spot on the warning letter proves that it was delivered in that envelope.
Take that!
Bingo. 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. As for what made the holes, I believe it was this.
Take that!
They were made by this warbot arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. Bingo. So Lady Kira was after your husband? But why? She's supposed to be a vigilante of sorts. Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent.
Then why did you keep it a secret?
Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't.
I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect.
We are Kuini's kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Koreanism itself.
Your husband was a devout priest of Koreanism, and you feared that his good name will be tarnished if the warning went public.
Yes.
That makes sense, but it's the honest truth. What if the High Priest really was a rebel? Rebel Hunter would have had a motive to kill him. Still. This just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning?
It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed.
It was by the side of your bed?
Yes. We had the whole house locked up tight. And yet someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it was so frightening, wasn't it, dear?
But you didn't contact the police. Because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel.
That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Taras would still be alive today.
Happy.
Oh, lovely wife. No need to fret, my dear.
Sad.
My only regret is that I left you all alone. Bothead, that is quite enough.
Yes, you're probably right. Listen to me. I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time.
Don't be silly. I'm happy if I've helped.
Happy.
Your benevolence. May you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Bobhead, you seem bent on casting suspicion upon the late Lady Kira. And by doing so, you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer, Maya Fey. That is the only logical conclusion.
I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel. The only other person who might know more about Abbott and me would be Maya. They might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. What? Hi.
My mother has said... At what? It seems I must go.
Something happened?
Yes. My mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that he shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted, too.
How wonderful for you, Miss Inmee. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor.
Bobhead, you are coming as well.
But I don't have much time left to investigate.
As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain in my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now, come along.
Arguing with the point will probably just make things worse for me. Better let her have her way this time. Garan Palace. Audience chamber. Whoa. There's that one guy again.
Welcome, Lady Believe.
Huh. So this is the Queen of Kurain.
What is wrong with you, Bobhead? Show some respect.
Huh? Oh, should I bow or prostrate myself?
No, it is quite all right. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your dearly departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I.
Now that's what I call commanding's presence.
So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks.
Yes, Your Eminence. I'm so very honored to make your acquaintance. Noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen.
May the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Reva, you are to accompany us too.
And what do I do?
Yes, Mother.
Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. Is it you?
Parliament, huh?
Yep.
Don't see how that'll do any good.
It's Justice Minister Inga.
Huh? Who are you, buddy?
Nice to see you again, Minister Inga.
Yeah.
We met. Is your memory that bad, boyo? I'm Phoenix Wright. We been in the accused lobby the other day.
Oh, right. Blue suit, jacket hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two.
Your daughter?
Yeah, Reva.
He's Princess Reva's father? So he's Queen Garon's husband?
You plan on sticking your fat nose in this mess, too?
The accused is a good friend of mine.
Like I said last time, you better watch yourself, see?
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
You want to question me?
That would be great.
You got balls for a lawyer. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to talk while I work.
Fair enough. Look at his badge.
Or you get off sticking that thing in my face. You forget who you're dealing with. Don't poke your nose where it don't belong, but do you want to spawn my execution list?
No, I'm good. I better end this conversation now before I really rub him the wrong way. I don't want to die. I thought there was a bug on my hand and I got terrified for a second. It's just a wire. Look at everything I've got, good sir. And say something. And how long has that cigar been in your mouth? Ugh. Gross. I don't like the smell of cigars or stuff like that. I've never drank nor smoked, and it's just... It's not that I really have anything against people who do them, it's just... Both the smell of... It's just the senses that both give off from smell alone makes me nauseous and want to throw up. Ugh.
Hey, keep your paws off that stuff over there. It's all pretty pricey, more than you could possibly imagine, I wager.
Yeah, I better keep my hands on myself. Alright, sir. I want to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too.
What? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time because that idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Korean's top prosecutor on this one, see?
I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent.
You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused.
How could I forget?
You lawyers are all the same. You shut yourself up till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you.
Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Why did this start? Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence. But it turned out to be quite handy. Efficient, even.
Handy? Efficient?
Yeah, made my job real easy. Any goons across me or the Guran administration are gonna get just what they deserve, especially those rebel scum.
You can get away with that here.
Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Korean, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me the king.
No. Brazier the Queen is the boss around here.
Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with His Majesty.
Can't let myself get arrested now.
Listen up, lawyer. We got a low crime rate and a populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act. So I don't want to hear any more lip about it.
But I can't defend my clan unless I speak my mind.
Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scum buddies' days are numbered.
What's that supposed to mean?
Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch if I were you. Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Say, White, you know what these are?
No, what?
Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off.
What? Doesn't that mean your crime rate's high enough to have a mountain of list for executions?
And tomorrow I'll have even more work to do. Processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are you?
Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I'll give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow.
I have returned, Barbed Head.
Your benevolence, are you done with the rite?
Yes, it was performed flawlessly. They believe stayed behind to speak with Mother.
I hope this will help ease her sorrow, even if just a little.
So, you have been speaking with my father.
Yes, you could say that.
My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Karain, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer.
Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. My 10.
Oh, it's you, Nick.
Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it?
No, I'm alright. How about you? Making any progress?
Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence, but I have a small lead.
Really?
But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest.
Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do?
Doesn't seem like it.
I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing.
Then go do them. It ain't rocket science.
There you go.
There we go. There we go. Look at this. Actually, do you know anything about her? Nope. Whoopsie. Maya, the High Priest. It's just a thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? I have a feeling that there's going to be some Cyclops that appear.
A rebel? Why would you even think that?
Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him.
What?
Uh-oh, Princess Rifa overheard me.
What idiocy is this? Our enemy, a rebel, is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was.
All right. I was just raising the possibility.
I will not listen to such tomfoolery.
She stormed out. Oh well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious?
Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why.
He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind?
Sorry, that's about it.
This is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Oh, but there is one thing I should follow up on.
I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret while I'm here, Nick.
Oh yeah, why? Why are you keeping it a secret? With Princess Rafa gone, this might be my only chance. Why do you need to hide that? Maya, about what you said earlier, why can't you tell anyone about being able to channel spirits?
Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here?
I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though.
In Krainism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it.
I see. So spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority, then, in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a nobody from another country were able to do it, too.
Spirit channeling in the Karain tradition was developed from a Karainist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Karainese. It may be a quirk due to how our styles diverge, but I don't really know.
So, if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the Queens of Kurain, and it's a power that somehow made its way down to the line of Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Garon and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's?
Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just, I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits.
I see. Had no idea it was so complicated.
Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master.
And what is this qualification to become the master?
to be able to channel spirits of one's own volition and without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss?
Yes.
I only ever succeed about 30% of the time.
Yeah, and it was more like spirits possessed her as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now, whenever you want.
Nope.
She just says no.
Yep. At least I think.
You think?
Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here. But once I get back home, I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session.
Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh?
Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down.
Right. Maya's the next big hope of Crying Village. That's gotta be a lot of pressure. So, speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries and besides Spirit Medium. I saw a show on the TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai.
Oh, you must mean the Plum Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
May I ask?
So you've already seen the Plum Punisher? You really don't miss a beat.
Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it.
There's not a single person in Kurain who does not know of it.
Oh, your benevolence. You're back.
As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So, I have changed my mind. For in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories.
Her sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit.
Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to both of you.
Show off? That sure seems excited all of a sudden.
Yep. Ta-da!
Ooh! What's that?
It's an ultra-rare Plum Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the world. Especially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of this strap.
Don't tell me. You're a Plum Punisher fan too, your benevolence?
No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. I have no interest in such things.
Right.
No, I'm telling the truth.
Sure, let's just leave it at that. How old are you again? So how'd you get your hands on that, Maya? Yeah, that adds up.
I found a kindred spirit in a Plum Punisher fan here in Kurain. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders.
And by cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise?
You bet. I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that plays the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Chinese friend was so happy, I got this one-of-a-kind strap as a return.
I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Kurain.
Watch this. When you press the Magatama on your belt, it plays the show's theme song.
Sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song.
What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exact tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go... Dun-dun-dun-dun in the intro.
I swear to God. Oh God, I get the feeling I already know what's gonna end up happening. We're gonna end up hearing the freaking Plum Punisher song play during the like seance thing. I can already feel that happening in my soul. Right. Yes, my ears just aren't as good as yours.
Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plum Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm gonna totally go pitch it at some TV stations when I get back home. It's gonna be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things.
Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plum Punisher has thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me.
Okay, thanks, Nick.
I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Otherwise, how's it going? Let's head back to the temple. Temple. May 10th. Temple. I'm doing good.
Good to hear you're good, too.
It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown. Mr. Wright, you're benevolent. Oh, is it?
Mr. Wright, you're benevolent.
Knew it. Yep,
Are you done with your investigation for today?
pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. You gonna join me?
Yes, please, allow me to help.
Okay, first, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It's from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him to not perform the rite.
That's right, it was that rebel hunter, but what of it?
That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite?
If you could solve that mystery.
Right, I can figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead.
How unfortunate for you, Barbed Head. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime, after all.
Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest.
I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC Act. You're benevolent! You're benevolent! While it's true you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is, perhaps, a product of my careful monitoring of your every move.
I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, Your Benevolence. But I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law.
How can you be so sure of that you will?
Because of my undying faith in my clients. That is a lawyer's greatest weapon.
What nonsense.
Very honest, it's a...
You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe.
Yes, yes. Tomorrow, I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. Cool boy. The whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Kurain. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Once more, it is time to go into the court to save Maya. I feel like I'm gonna try looking up after this case, like, how many times has Maya gotten herself into danger? Because it feels suspiciously high. Too high. Let's continue. May 11th, 9:40 a.m. High Court of Kurain. Accused lobby. I wasn't able to find any conclusive evidence yesterday. But if I can figure out Lady Kira's motive for threatening the High Priest, then maybe...
Nick, today well...
Don't look so down, Maya. I'm going to defend you with everything I've got. I'm trying to think who this is. Maybe Rafa? Oh, wait. I think this is 5. It's just so many times. You do well to seize this insanity while you still can. Oh. As I said yesterday, I'm going to defend my client in court.
Well, know this. You shall not witness a miracle of the sort that occurred last time. The moment that she is found guilty, you too will be found guilty of abetting the accused.
I never claimed to be a miracle maker, but I am good at discovering the truth. And unlike miracles, the truth is always waiting to be found.
The truth, you say? Then it seems you have chosen your fate. This shall be... your very last trial. Nick.
I'm going to prove you innocent, Maya. You'll see. After all, you have to introduce the plumbed Punisher warrior of Neo Twilight Realm to the folks back home, right?
Right. I may be a defense this time, but I'll be by your side like always, Nick.
Thanks, Maya. This place is tough on lawyers. I'll need all the help I can get. Plus, it's always good to have you on the team. Well, it's time. Let's go. They just gonna let her sit with me over on the defense bench? May 11th. High Court of Kurain. Court is now in session. All rise. Hey, Nayuda. Let the trial of Maya Fey begin. The defense is ready, Your Majesty. Hey, Nayuda. You gonna say something? Huh? Hey, Nayuda. My pupil made a fool of you back in America. No. Plumed? Gonna try and keep that in mind. Wright, can't you see Prosecutor Salamati? He is absorbed in silent prayer. Great. The trial's barely started and the judge is already mad at me.
He's very devout for a prosecutor.
Why is the accused standing over there?
Oh, well,
Your Majesty. In addition to being the accused, she's also my assistant. The accused is your assistant, you say? Very well, then. The criminal does indeed make a fitting partner to a lawyer with a defiled soul.
that wasn't very nice.
Yeah, well, bad-mouthing lawyer seems to be a custom of sorts here in Kurain. Sorry, I thought that felt something weird. I must say, I'm surprised to see you still here in Kurain, Mr. Wright. And even more so to find you in the Hall of Justice once more. I cannot fathom why you would willingly risk your life in yet another trial. The answer is simple, Your Majesty. I am a lawyer, and this is what lawyers do. Although, to be frank, I'd rather be anywhere but here right now.
Such foolishness.
Oscar Salmari, are you ready to begin now?
Yes, Your Majesty. The prosecution is ready. Let us begin without further delay. But first, I promise you both this. I will cast your wicked souls into the fires of hell. Thus shall the soul of the victim attain salvation.
Splendid. I would expect nothing less of you, Prosecutor Salamati. Please say the victim's soul, Prosecutor Salamati. Punish the wicked lawyer who dares to stop these last rites. I think I'll pass on that whole fire and brimstone deal. But I'm not surprised by your words or stance, considering what Apollo's told me about you.
So, it was you who instilled that putrid loyalty guile within him.
Putrid... What?
He too must soon face the fires, lest his soul be lost to redemption. And I shall send you on ahead, so that he will not be lonely when he arrives.
Sorry, but I'm afraid it won't be that easy. You'll say I never know when to give up. Nervous, Maya?
A little.
Feels like it's been ages since we stood side by side like this in court.
Too bad I'm the defendant.
Don't worry. We haven't lost a case ago yet.
Right. Let's give this everything we've got, Nick.
Now then, Prosecutor Salamati, would you please explain the case at hand?
Of course, Your Majesty. Let us begin the last rites of the victim. Long scroll. Maya Fey has been charged with the crime of murder.
Yeah, I'm just now only being very sensitive to computer fan shake. Sorry, I'm getting off track.
The victim of a heinous crime was High Priest Tarust in me. He was conducting the purification rite when he was brutally slain.
And the cause of death?
Let us review the victim's autopsy reports and the crime scene photos, shall we?
Yeah, stabbed in the abdomen.
Cause of death was blood loss from a stab wound delivered to the abdomen. The murder weapon was likely the warband dagger, which was used in the riot. However, the weapon is yet to be found, though the scene was thoroughly searched.
Sacred relic used as a tool of murder. The Holy Mother's wrath shall be most severe.
The murder itself took place at the height of the purification rite. The accused had donned the Lady Kira's sacred robes, and the victim was there to offer prayers as a high priest of Kurainism. During the rite, the victim and the accused were the only two at the inner sanctum. Therefore, the only person who could have slain the victim is Maya Fey.
Boy? I must say, that does cast a great deal of suspicion upon the accused.
Indeed. Now then, allow me to submit this diagram of the crime scene as evidence in this case.
The diagram is the scene of this high priest murder. It shows where the lanterns and the warband statue are.
In Kurainism, slaying a priest is a sin most grave and dreadful. As such, Maya Fey's soul shall be plunged into the lowest level of hell, the hell of tickling.
Bruh.
There, she shall be tickled without end for 500 million years.
Bruh. That is a terrible fate indeed. Would the defense care to respond? And here I thought the lowest level of hell was the hell of back pain.
I don't remember killing anyone, and I don't have that dagger or anything like that.
As my client stated, she has no memory of the event as described by the prosecution. And more importantly, she has no motive to kill the high priest in the first place.
Objection!
I thought you might say that. Nevertheless, the meaningless prattle of lawyers is utterly ineffectual here in the Hall of Justice. For all will be made clear by her benevolent Rafa Padma Kuraim's insights.
So it is, and so it shall be. The divination seance reveals the truth for all to see. Here we go again. You say that, and yet what did I do last time? I broke it. Bailiff, please show in the royal priestess. We'll just have to do what we did last time.
It's Princess Rafa! Oh, beautiful! Her benevolence looks again today! Sorry, holy mother, for this blessed day.
As popular as ever, I see.
Rest assured, good people of Kurain, I will defeat this murderer and her abettor. They shall not escape on their freedom expressed today.
What a joy it is to have the royal priestess back in the Hall of Justice. May the Holy Mother grant us her divine favor. Udihara Kurain. Okay. She sure looks pleased with herself. Especially for someone who didn't know what a Freedom Express was until yesterday.
Is there something stuck to my face, bobbed head?
No, nothing, your benevolence. Now then, your benevolence. The divination seance, if you please.
Well then, very well. Dana, my robe.
Yoink. Yoink. Whee. Here we go.
O Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
Yeah, I'll let play. Though I feel like... Isn't it just going to be the exact same thing? Oh well. So, let's see. Trying to... I'm kind of worried about... how this is going to go, because I feel like I already had troubles on the last one, just on basic principle, so I hope I'm not as unobservant as I was last time, potentially. We just gotta wait for this. Be fine. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sure I will. I know I have plenty of moments where it's like there can be something that's very obvious in plain sight, and yet it's just like for some reason invisible to my eyes, and I do not understand why. All right, here we go. Gotta focus on this just to see with it the cursory glance. There's Maya. It looks like a lantern. Another lantern. Pulls up the paper. Wind. Suddenly she's replaced. Incense footsteps. Pain. Every sensation from 5 senses, yeah. Just gotta focus on it. Victim's Mitama has spoken. The divination seance is complete. Great! Another clearly incriminating seance vision.
It could not be any clearer, O foul defense. The accused donned the sacred robes of Lady Kira and then attacked the victim.
Oh, how very terrible it must have been. The figure of Lady Kira lit against the dim lantern light. The scent of incense growing ever more potent as she drew near. One can almost sense the horror Abba Inmi must have felt.
My little butterfly friend. The facts as presented by her benevolence are indisputable. But that wasn't me. Do something, Nick.
I'm working on it.
Couldn't have been any clearer.
Looks like I'm in for another uphill battle.
The accused committed this vile act during our ancient tradition, the purification rite.
Come to think of it, the Wright's guide explains the multi-part purification rite in detail. Actually, I'm glad I get to look at this. Transformation rite. High Priestess reads scripture while High Priest reads scripture while Priestess dons the robes of Lady Kira. Rite of Water. Lady Kira enters the spring and the High Priest purifies her along with her dagger. Rite of Fire. The Priestess circles the sacred flames to purify her soul.
Indeed. It would seem that the murder occurred during the transformation rite. The rite dictates that the High Priest stand in front of the spring. Therefore, the accused must have attacked him from the direction of the broken lantern.
Wait. Hang on. The rite dictates... So the transformation rite... The rite dictates that the High Priest stand in front of the spring. So... Looking at that book again... So it seems like it would be this.
Well, Barbed Head, would you care to object?
Of course, because I know my client is innocent.
So you say, but you truly do not know when you are beaten, do you?
I managed to pull it off last time with Albie. You just have to do it again. You intend to find fault with her benevolence's insights yet again? It seems lawyers are Pokuna creatures indeed. Oh god, stop. Ah. What exactly is a Pulkunon?
Someone who's a real piece of work, so to speak.
They can call me anything they want. The only thing I care about is uncovering the truth.
So, Barbed Head, are you foolish enough to risk your life for your so-called truth? Because my insights are the truth. To deny them is to willingly dig your own grave.
Fairly well. Insight. Rafa's insight. I'm gonna go ahead and just start saving right here to be safe.
The victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. As the first part, the transformation rite, ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused whose approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. It was then that the victim felt an intense pain. I believe this is when he was stabbed. As his life's blood spilled over, his vision dimmed till finally he passed out from our world. That is everything the victim experienced in his final moments.
So as Maya and the High Priest were during the rite.
Dressed in the sacred robes of Lady Kira, the accused rushed the victim head-on. The brutal stabbing she perpetrated could not have been any clearer.
Yes, it is plain for all to see.
No, it wasn't me. A sudden drowsiness came over me during the transformation rite. I didn't even get a chance to put on Lady Kira's robes.
You waste our time with such meaningless statements, accused. You cannot explain away the truths revealed by the royal priestess' divine insight.
Ugh. How'd you end up finding contradictions last time? Well, not everything's perfect here. And C's final memories include all 5 senses.
Oh, you mean those words that appeared in the Pool of Souls? Looks to me like the bigger the word, or the stronger the sensation was to the victim.
Ah, interesting. Whip. Yeah, that's how it looked to me too. Interesting note. The sensations themselves are never wrong, only their interpretations. That's why I tried to point out mistakes in Rafa's insights the last time.
So there could be contradictions between what enemy felt and her insights, huh?
You got it, and I'm going to find them this time too. Should I check out how to point out contradictions in Rafa's insights? Well, better just in case, why not? And switch between insight. Oh, is it just a tutorial again? Seances can be paused with this. You can jump to different points. Using these, when I see an insight that doesn't seem right, I should select it. Then all I do is point out the sensation. The sensation this time seemed to fluctuate more than the ones from Albi's trial. In which case, I better keep an eye on the changes in their intensity, too. The victim commenced the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. Yes, that looks right. At the first part, the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra. Suddenly, he heard the accused's approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. Oh! Wait a minute, I see that. That's weird. Wait, maybe it's not. He heard the accused approaching footsteps and smelled her incense-laden robes. Hmm.
Objection!
The victim supposedly heard the accused approaching footsteps. But did he really?
What nonsense is this? Is it not abundantly clear?
That's... No, it's not. Because there is something strange about those footsteps.
Strange. Explain yourself, Bobhead.
The footsteps are strange because... Oh, wait. It just now occurred to me why I thought that was weird. Do they actually not get louder? It didn't look like they did. They're not getting any louder. Why exactly does that matter? Please focus your attention on the incense the victim smelled. The scent grows stronger as the accused approaches. If the accused really had approached this victim, the sound of her footsteps would have grown louder as the scent of incense grew stronger. So, why that makes perfect sense. How can this be explained, Your Benevolence?
Well, there must be a reason.
Objection!
Uh-oh.
It is as they say. Even a putrid worm of a lawyer will turn.
What does that even mean?
He's not exactly singing your praises, that's for sure. Still, we cannot discount this information solely on account of its lawyerly source. Your Benevolence, perhaps you must listen more carefully to Abbot Mitama.
Listen more carefully? What's he talking about?
Yes, it would appear so. I shall try to refine the sensation.
Refine the sensation?
I can more accurately gauge sensations by deepening my communication with the Mitama.
I didn't know you could do that. Why have we never done this before?
By refining a sensation, a clear picture of the truth can be discovered.
Well, do it then! I need to know the truth too!
Oh, blessed Mitama, I beseech you. Hear me now and respond to my call.
Bells. Footsteps change into bells? What could this mean? Bells. The only bells at the scene of the crime were...
Ah, that jingling must have come from Abbot Inmi's bells.
Yeah, I was thinking that. You mean those big things he got on his ankles?
Well, there you have it. The sound of bells was from the high priest's own footsteps. Then that means...
If the footsteps belonged to the victim himself, it means it was the victim who was moving, not the accused. The victim was the one who went running toward the broken lantern from the spring. A far cry from what our Benevolence's insight would have us believe. Interesting. But why would the victim have approached the accused? Maybe he was trying to defend himself. Please explain. He could have felt threatened by Lady Kira standing there with a dagger. If so, he might have thought to overpower her before she attacked.
Still your voices. This is nothing but a theory, and a poor one at that. Be not led astray by his lawyer's obvious postulation.
Objection!
Uh-oh.
While his insolence is inexcusable, I would ask that you calm yourself, Your Benevolence. Is there something you would care to say, Prosecutor Salamati? Even if it was Abba Inmi who moved, it does not negate the accused's crime.
What do you mean?
The accused was likely waiting for the high priest to approach. Ah! And as he neared, she plunged a dagger into him. It is as simple as that.
Oh, right. It really doesn't change much, does it?
Yes, it is as the prosecutor said. In fact, as I meant to say all along as well.
Right, and that's why you were so shocked when you first heard it.
Understand now, lawyer. That contradiction you conjured up has come to naught. Once I hone my insights, it will vanish like the dying rays of the sun.
Well, let's revise him then. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the broken lantern. Wait a minute. That...
See? The fact that it was Abba in me who moved changes nothing.
Ugh, come on, Phoenix. You gotta keep her cool. That contradiction I point out must mean something. Had one sensation changed after Princess Rafa refined her vision. It stands to reason that something else might have changed too because of the refinement. I should focus on any sensations that have changed, while searching for more contradictions between them and her insights. So something else might have changed now? Before we do that, I'm gonna save. Okay. Just want to make sure any other sounds that change. Or senses. Wind, there. Incense, bells, water. Water? Bells very quickly changes to water. Why? The victim commenced the purification rite, bowing to those. Suddenly, he rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the broken lantern. I don't think it's... I don't know if this is it, but this doesn't seem right in my opinion. Water?
Objection!
How are you hearing water? Why did it change? Hold it. How do we know the purification rite was performed exactly as it was supposed to be?
That's easy. The customs governing the rite are very clear, and Awa in me would have adhered to them.
Well, that's strange.
Mr. Wright, would you care to explain just what is so strange?
Yes, I would. I'd ask you to consider the sound of the victim's footsteps. It changes into water. The sound of bells changes to the sound of water at one point.
What's this?
It's simple. The victim must have stepped in some water. Oh? Yes. And the only source of water in the inner sanctum is the spring. And therein lies the contradiction.
What contradiction?
I believe the rite started out as it should have. The victim stood with his back to the spring, and the accused stood right in front of him. But we now know that the victim then moved into the spring.
Kunka! That is absurd!
This means the accused's location differs from what her benevolence's insight indicates.
Then where do you propose the accused stood once she donned Lady Kira's robes?
Based on the sound of the victim's footsteps, I believe Maya was standing here. Was she... I mean, she would have been in the water, right? She would have been at the spring.
Take that!
Until this moment, we've all just assumed that Alma, Imi, and Miss Faye were standing where they were supposed to be, as shown in this rights guide. In short, the victim should have been standing with his back to the spring and the accused in front. However, if that is how they were really standing, he couldn't have stepped into the spring as he approached her. The problem is, the victim did step into the water. This can only mean that Miss Faye had actually been standing in the water. In that case,
But if this is true, then their positions would have been completely reversed.
if that's the case, then something else changes, I think. The right. priestess enters the spring dressed as Lady Kira, and the high priest purifies both Lady Kira and her dagger. So it seems like this actually might have the murder may have taken place during the Rite of Water. What is going on here, Miss Faye? Were you really standing in the spring?
I'm sorry, but I barely remember anything about the rite.
The high priest would never make such an obvious blunder on your right. What on earth? Is that even possible?
Be that as it may, it does not overturn my insights.
It doesn't.
Let us say the accused was standing in the spring. So what?
So what? Simply reverses their positions is what?
That their positions differ from what is the customary is rather curious. However, what does that change? It certainly does not erase the accused's brutal crime.
Oh. I guess you have a point there.
You lawyers are an absurd breed. Never thinking ahead, you cling to the first insignificant contradiction you can muster. Sounds like Princess Rafa has a pretty good grasp on what lawyers are all about.
Oh, Maya, where would I be without your brutally frank commentary right now? Maybe back home? Is this contradiction really meaningless? Something really doesn't feel right. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere?
I will now amend my insight to account for this new truth.
He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the poolside lantern.
Now the contradiction is no more. But the truth of the matter still stands, no matter how stubbornly you deny it.
What do you have to say for yourself now, Mr. Wright?
Nick.
Your Majesty, this lawyer may have raised a trivial objection, but her benevolence's insights have no further inadequacies of any kind. Yes, so it would seem. No! Wait a second, but there is another contradiction.
When will it end? Still you flounder about, wretched beast. Though you rack that putrid brain of yours, nothing worthwhile will come of it.
Maya, please tell me you remember something that might help us out here.
Sorry, I really don't remember a thing. But now that the place I was staying in has changed, who knows? That alone may cause a new discrepancy with Princess Rafa's insights.
That's right. We know that Maya was standing in the spring. A major change like that could very well produce a contradiction. I should take another look at the inner sanctum diagram in the court record. Curtain, lighten that. Wait. I think I may understand it. And confirm where Maya and Abba in me were standing. Then focus on finding any discrepancies in their positions and the insights. I think I get it. And I feel like I just remembered something. I feel like I remember having a really bad time with this insight when I played this like all those years ago. So, first off, we're gonna save. Court record. So, the current reality is facing that way. Water. Wait. Wait a minute.
Objection!
Nope, that's not it. Whoopsie daisy. No! Your benevolence! I have a time machine. See? Wait. I wonder. Huh. Wind. Wind. Why am I focusing on wind?
Objection!
Nope. Okay, let's start. Let's try starting from the beginning and just. The victim felt intense pain. As his lifeblood spilled over, his vision dimmed. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off by the Springside lantern. Maya's in the water. Hmm. Kern, broken. This one's hurting my brain. He rushed the accused and tried to fight her off. The Springside lantern. Incense, spells, water, pain. Wait. Trying to think what the... Something's not right here.
Objection!
I think I literally just did that, but real quick, I'm gonna see what it says here, because sometimes I think they give you like a slight hint if you get it wrong. That's where the inconsistency lies. The foolishness of man. Oh, I thought they gave like a slight hint. Guess not. Alright. As the first part of the transformation, right? Wait. Wait! I want to try something. I don't know if this is it, but... As the first part of the transformation rite ended, he lowered the sutra.
Objection!
Nope. It was worth a shot! Gosh, dang it. Commence the purification rite by bowing to the lanterns and reading a sutra. Yes, he did. I don't want to be stuck here forever, so I'm just going to use this to see where it wants me to be. I figured it was that statement. I just want to see where it tells me to be at. Is this not... What? I thought this is what I...
Objection!
What? I could have sworn I also showed sight.
Objection!
What? It's paused here, and it's giving me this statement. I'm... Do you need me to actually point at the lantern?
Objection!
I thought I was. Maybe I just wasn't pointed at it. I thought I did, but maybe I just didn't. Your benevolence, I found a new contradiction.
You did. No doubt it's but another of your vile attempts to slander my insights.
Nope. Take a good look at what the victim saw. It just might change your mind. The lantern flame behind the accused was flickering.
There's nothing unusual about that, especially as the wind had stirred.
No, that's where you're wrong. It was if the accused had been standing in the spring, then what you see here should be one of the lanterns flanking the statue.
I fail to see your point.
My point is, something is wrong here. The two lanterns flanking the statue were both outfitted with glass wind guards. So neither lantern's flame should have been flickering in the wind in the first place.
She seems pretty tickled, Nick.
I don't remember saying anything funny.
I fail to see what you wish to prove here, but... Very well. I shall refine the vision and reveal the truth for all to see. Oh, blessed Mitama, I beseech you, fix your sight upon the lantern there.
Aha! Huh? The lantern doesn't have a wind guard on it. But why?
And rightly so. For the wind guard, it was removed to reveal sacred flame within the rite of fire. Therefore, there's nothing odd about the flame flickering.
Say what? But when we searched the crime scene, those lanterns had their wind guards on. That's because the police put them back on. The sacred flames have burned uninterrupted for hundreds of years, Defense. We could not risk them being extinguished, even during an investigation. That would never fly back home.
Well, Barbed Head, are you done quibbling? If so, then it's time to bow down before this testimony of the Itama.
Nick. Don't worry, Maya. I'm just getting started. Alright, let's go over everything we know so far. Maya was wearing Lady Kira's robes and standing in the spring. The High Priest is thought to have been moving towards her, so I should look for sensations that stand in contradiction to this arrangement. There might be something new with her refinement. I won't give up. I'm going to find a contradiction that will undermine the accusation against Maya. I'm gonna start by watching the whole thing, because it might... something may be different now that certain things have been refined. I'm gonna start by saving, though. Well... yeah, that's a problem. I see the issue. The issue is very clear, I think. When he puts this down... he's somewhere completely different. That's what's wrong here. That lantern's broken. But why does it change? What do I... Can I just select it?
Objection!
Guys, what could this possibly mean? That lantern clearly contradicts the insight, but this contradiction will overturn the entire case I've been building. Are you alright, Mr. Wright? One minute you shout out, and then the next you fall silent.
Perhaps it is like the bellow of one who is barreling down a hill with no way of stopping. Is that not right, Prosecutor Satomati?
I think Satomati may have noticed the confusion as well. Don't get cold feet now, Phoenix. Even if this overturns the entire case you built so far, the only way is to keep moving forward, because that's where we'll find the truth. Sorry, but I'm not barreling down a hill. In fact, I'm in full control of everything with this indisputable contradiction I found.
Is that so?
The lantern behind the accused clearly, no, blatantly contradicts your insight.
Does it now?
One of the lanterns on the entrance side of the inner sanctum was broken. And if you watch what Abbott Enemy saw in his final moments, is broken. You will notice that the lantern behind the praying form of Miss Faye is broken. The lantern behind Lady Kira, however, is still intact. Why? In short, we are seeing two different lanterns in this seance vision.
How could this be? And even if it were so, how would that contradict my insights?
I don't know, honestly. Let me start by saying the claim I'm about to raise will overturn the case I've built thus far. Will the defense please explain himself? Based on the broken lantern, we can tell. I would assume it would be Abbott and Maya's positionings. Where the accused and the victim were standing. But did you not just finish asserting that the accused was standing somewhere else? I did, and I built my argument on that faulty premise. But thankfully, it has led us here, to the actual spot where Maya Fey was standing. I must say, if the defense keeps changing its assertions in such a capricious manner, its credibility may come into question. I'm willing to take the risk, Your Majesty, because I believe this will be the last time. I'd like to start by pointing out the actual spot where the accused was standing. Very well. Show us where you now believe the accused was actually standing. Based on the location of the broken layer and where was Maya standing, I think I might get it. Is it possible he may have turned around? Because if that's the case, then Maya should be here. I wasn't thinking straight before, but now it's all falling into place. We know the victim had stepped into the spring. That means Maya Fey had to have been standing in the water as he approached. However, his memory, which has only now become clear, reveals that Miss Fey was standing by the side of the broken lantern. In other words, Maya was here the entire time. She was standing where she was supposed to be according to custom.
Does that not bring us back to the very beginning?
No, this is where things take a different turn. And I mean that literally. The victim had to have been moving toward the spring. That means that while he was moving, he had his back turned toward the accused.
What's this? Do you mean to say that the victim turned around during the rite? But such an image appears nowhere in the seance vision.
Exactly. Actually, it does appear. It's just that no one noticed it until now. No one noticed? And how could no one have noticed something so big? There was a moment when the scripture the victim was holding was all we could see. Thanks to that, none of us could tell that he was, in fact, turning around in that moment.
Objection!
If it is as the defense asserts, then her benevolent insights no longer make sense. How do you intend to explain that?
Objection!
I don't need to explain anything, because it's just as you said, Prosecutor Sadamati. Her benevolence's insights don't make any sense because they contain a huge error.
Such insolence!
A huge error, you say? Do explain. The huge error is... I think it's the number of people there, right? I believe this is what happened at the scene of the crime. The victim was reading a sutra when suddenly he sensed someone behind him. He immediately looked back to see someone dressed as Lady Kira standing there. Wishing to see who it was, he approached the robed figure. That's when he was stabbed.
This cannot be.
And yet it makes sense. Oh, but it can, and it is. The insight stating the accused stabbed the victim is wrong. And that is the real truth lying behind this testimony of the dead.
Oh. Oh.
Cop!
There we go. Are you suggesting that there was someone else at the scene of the crime?
Have I misunderstood the voice of the Mitama yet again?
There she goes. Woo! That was a close one. But I managed to divine the true meaning behind the Sans vision somehow. I should add these new facts to the court record. So that definitely confirms there was a third person there. The question is, who? Who is the real Kira?
Your benevolence, please allow me to take it from here. I will overturn the brash accusations of this faithless, putrid-minded lawyer. Yes, I shall place my trust in you.
Well, we're back to more basic things. And we're also down on... For some reason, the stream got a bit... It's getting... Well, this is a first in a long time. I just now looked over at the stream quality, and it's not exactly doing its hottest at the moment, and I do not understand why. That's also insanely concerning, considering the fact it's technically wired connection right now. So I have no idea why that would be the case. Well, I at least have it recorded, so it shouldn't appear during the VOD. Are you sure about this, Prosecutor Saramari?
My work as an international prosecutor has taken me to courtrooms around the world. And in that time, I've learned to perform last rites for souls in trials lacking a seance.
Yes, of course. Forgive my ludicrous inquiry.
Moreover, I have with me a forensic investigator from overseas. I will show you all the most magnificent last rites ever seen.
I guess he really does think highly of Emma and her forensic expertise. I'm impressed that he's come to understand their value. Then again, he is an international prosecutor who solved tough cases around the world. Time to hunker down, huh?
Now then,
let's continue with today's proceedings. Could the defense please tell us who the third party dressed as Lady Kira was? Your new claim has negated the insights of the royal priestess. So I trust you have some evidence to support it, correct? Yes, of course. This third party must have really wanted to kill the High Priest. I might be able to identify who it was if I had the evidence of their murderous intent. Well, we're waiting, Mr. Wright. The evidence that can reveal the identity of the third party is this. You know what, actually? I would love to continue, but I don't know why the internet connection is being wobbly right now. I don't know if it's something to do with Twitch, but I don't want to risk it if it's being as wobbly as it is. And I think this is a decent enough stopping point at the very least. So, we'll just continue another time. I don't like that I'm ending it here, but at the very least, it's not the worst stopping point. And again, I don't want to risk with what's going on with the bit rate going up and down for some reason when it shouldn't be doing that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here for today. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.